Good afternoon and welcome to the Premier League coverage here on the Commentary Alternative Premier League coverage, that is, as we bring you today's match between Manchester United and Liverpool from the Premier League. I'm your match commentator and host for this afternoon's match, Russ Vernon, and joining alongside me is our man Paul James, who's alongside us for this afternoon's game. We'll run you through the starting lineups in a bit more detail very shortly. But let me bring you the changes for both sides. For Manchester United, they made three changes to the side, which lost 2 on to Brighton last week. Joshua Zirkzee, Matthias de Ligt, and Alejandro Garnacho are the players coming in. For Mason Mount, who was out injured, and Aaron Maguire and Ahmad will drop down to the bench. No changes for Liverpool from their 2-0 win over Brentford last week. And just touching on one of those changes for Manchester United, then Paul, for me, in my opinion anyway, some people may disagree, I'm a bit surprised with the change of Garnacho in for Ahmad, because in my opinion, I saw that game last week, Manchester United, Brighton against Manchester United, and for me, Ahmad was Manchester United's one of their better players in the game against Brighton last week. We were speaking off air regarding that. You think it might just be a positional change in why that change has been made, don't you?
Yeah, for me, I don't think it's to do with the way Diallo played. It's just Garnacho is natural for the right side. Marcus Rashford doesn't play well on that side. Diallo's naturally left. So I just think that is the way the thinking behind it. That's just a guess, of course. We don't really know the mind of Eric Ten Hag, and I would never presume to do so. But it's that seems to make the most sense to me. But yeah, he did play well last week, did Diallo, and it's unfortunate for him. He is on the bench today, I believe. So maybe he'll get to come on and remind Eric Ten Hag as to why he should be in the first team.
Yes, absolutely, Paul. And when you look at their Liverpool side, they're unchanged from the win over Brentford last week. And with a comprehensive victory like they had last week against Brentford didn't really test Liverpool that much. They did have chances, Brentford, but they didn't really test Alisson that much last week in JB's return game here on the commentary. Brilliant commentary from JB, alongside yourself, by the way, Paul, last week. What,
Yes.
are you surprised that, well, not surprised, are you not surprised that Slot has gone with an unchanged side with how Liverpool won last week against Brentford in that good win? And it was a good win for Liverpool, and the players who are starting again today performed really well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he has any reason to make any changes. They played, it was a comfortable victory for them in the end. Brentford at times made them work for that victory, and they pushed forward, did Brentford, and made a game out of it. I almost felt that Brentford were a little unlucky, but the fact is, Liverpool controlled the majority of the game, and I don't see that Arne Slot has any reason to make any significant changes for this game. This is a very strong team that's going to go out and take on Manchester United today.
Yes, and let me run you through then the all important full lineups then ahead of kick-off in this big Premier League game as Eric Ten Hag makes his way down the touchline ahead of kick-off in this Premier League clash coming up against Arne Slot and Liverpool this afternoon. So it's Andre Onana in goal for Manchester United. He played a 4-2-3-1. Mazraoui, De Ligt, Martinez and Dalot across the back. Casemiro and Menu in front of the back four. He's then Garnacho on the right. Fernandes in the middle with the captain's armband, Bruno Fernandes. And on the left is Marcus Rashford. And leading the line, Joshua Zirkzee, his summer signing. On the bench then, Tom Eaton, Aynat Bainda, Aaron Maguire, Johnny Evans, Ahmad, Toby Collier, Christian Eriksen, Anthony and Ethan Wheatley. As for Liverpool then, managed, as I mentioned, by Arne Slot, who replaced Jurgen Klopp, is Alisson in goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Emma Konate, Virgil van Dijk, the captain, and Andy Robertson at left back. Midfield two in front of the back four then of Ryan Gravenberch and Alexis McAllister. In the three behind the lone striker is Marcelo on the right, Luis Diaz on the left, Dominic Szoboszlai in the 10 or in the cabinet position, and then in the number 9 position, Diego Jota. On the bench then for Liverpool, Kevin Kelleher, Joe Gomez, Konstantin Tsimikas, Yao Kwanzaa, Conor Bradley, Wataru Endo, Harvey Elliott, Darwin Núñez, and Cody Gakpo. Today's referee and match officials is Anthony Taylor from Wythenshawe, Greater Manchester, aged 45 years old. He's assisted by Gary Beswick and Adam Nunn. The fourth official is Sam Barrett. In the VAR booth at Stockley Park, we've got John Brooks and Harry Leonard for this afternoon's game. And one man who's going to be up for this game, Paul, is the man who starts on the left-hand side for Manchester United in Marcus Rashford. How do you see his performance going in this game? And it could be a big performance from Rashford in this game for Manchester United today.
Well, of course, he did very well in the FA Cup quarter-final, didn't he? And they're going to be watching him today. They know he's a threat. They know he's fast. They know he's difficult to handle. He's not been at his best form last season, let's be honest. But he's a very talented player, very quick, and Liverpool will have to watch him today.
Indeed, they will, Paul. As the team's almost set for kick-off then in this Premier League encounter between Manchester United and Liverpool. Just going through the finer details with the referee and all the handshakes and everything ahead of kick-off then, and what's going to be a very, very fascinating Premier League encounter this afternoon. Myself, Russ Brennan, alongside Paul James, guiding you through the action, and we're looking forward to bringing you this game today. Manchester United will look likely to begin us off and underway then with the first kick of the game very, very shortly. We're just waiting for that moment to come now. Liverpool in their change strip of white shirts, black shorts and white socks. Manchester United in their red shirts, white shorts and black socks. And we are now underway here at Old Trafford as Mazraoui drops it all the way back to Andre Onana, should I say, as he's cleared away and headed away by Virgil van Dijk, looking for Luis Diaz. Mazraoui won that battle then. Is Alejandro Garnacho for Manchester United coming forward. Because in Bruno Fernandes, the captain, back he goes now to Mazraoui, who can look up and play the ball back to Matthijs de Ligt, two debutants. Well, a debutant in the back line today, Matthijs de Ligt, two summer signings in Mazraoui and de Ligt as well. As it's got Nacho, good ball in field for Kobe Mainoo. And that's good ball to the far side and Dalot. Now it's down the line to Marcus Rashford, attacking down that left-hand side towards the penalty area. He goes against Trent Alexander-Arnold. The two Englishmen battling well then. Trent Alexander-Arnold does well to force Rashford back and goes back to Lisandro Martinez. Now it's de Ligt again. What can the new Manchester United centre-back do here? Fans Mazraoui can look up and get the ball forward to Xerxes. Casemiro there. Xerxes makes his first start in the Manchester United shirt this afternoon after coming off the bench in the opening two Premier League games, including that win against Fulham on the opening day after the defeat to Brighton last time out. He came off the bench in that game. And he scored in the only win that Manchester United had this season, did Joshua Xerxes, and Manchester United will be looking for him to do so again today. As here's Rashford inside the penalty area. Pulls the ball back looking for Fernandes, and he goes behind for a corner kick to Manchester United. Almost two in his gun. And good play again there for Marcus Rashford, Paul James.
Yeah, once again there, you see, this is what he's good at. He's overlapping there, picks up the ball. He gets it right to the byline and pulls it back to Bruno Fernandes, who, to be honest, wasn't quite awake to it. But it's a corner to Manchester United and a very good start.
Yeah, very good start by Erik ten Hag's side as Bruno Fernandes will tear this corner kick whipped in towards that near post. Comes for Garnacho. Back now to Fernandes and cleared away well there by Liverpool. And it was Canate who hatched that clear. And Liverpool have forced Manchester to go all the way back to Andre Onana. Onana really backed by Erik ten Hag after coming under some criticism from Manchester United fans in the recent weeks, towards back end of last season anyway. As now here comes Bruno Fernandes, who can race his way forward inside the penalty area. Xerxes there as well, and gives it to Xerxes, who loses out and then commits a foul, Joshua Xerxes, there on the Liverpool centre-back, Ibrahima Konate. and Liverpool with a free kick early on here. And bright start by Manchester United in the opening 3 minutes there. Xerxes committed the foul there after Fernandes just tried to play him in on the middle of the box after coming in from that left hand side of that midfield trio there. As he's in the centre of the three behind Joshua Xerxes, as Canate finds Gravenberch, and he's in the front of the back four alongside Alexis McAllister today. And Liverpool have won their opening two games, 2-0 win against Ipswich Town, newly promoted Ipswich Town, and then a 2-0 win against Brentford last time out. That's 4 goals scored, non-conceded by Arne Slot's side. As is Mo Salah trying to make it 5 goals scored, non-conceded, and he pulls down winner Fernando gets up and comes away with possession. Anthony Taylor brings it up and plays advantage, and Virgil van Dijk nips in for Liverpool. Through to Diogo Jota. It's had a penalty. Jota drives Dick across goal and wide, and Diogo Jota in there, almost making it 1-0 to Liverpool after good pressing there by Virgil van Dijk. Paul James.
Yes, it was great passing, and it was a well-seen pass as well to Jota. It was almost like a perfect slide rule pass when Jota was onside, and I have to say, from that position, that's a chance for Diogo Jota.
Yes, 200th appearance then for Virgil van Dijk for Liverpool this afternoon. And I just want to get your thoughts on Virgil van Dijk since he's come into the Premier League and come to Liverpool. How well do you think he has done in this Liverpool side? Not just under the first 2 games under Arne Slot, but in the tenure of Jurgen Klopp as well at Anfield.
He's a wall, isn't he? He's like a wall. He's very difficult to get past. He's physically strong. He's a fantastic footballer, not just defensively, but also when he comes forward with the ball, he has a presence there as well. He is one of the world's best, if not the world's best, in that position.
Yes, there's Van Dijk trying to pick out the man on this left-hand side, which is Luis Diaz, spotted by a bleachy white-coloured hair. Is Luis Diaz. Almost didn't recognise him for a moment there. Is Ruud van Nistelrooy and Erik ten Hag just talking amongst themselves, working out some instructions in. Venezuela was showing some bits they wrote down to the boss, ten Hag there. Be interested to see how Manchester United do this season under Erik ten Hag. We didn't really have that much of a good start last season, but then this season got off to a win and a defeat. It'd be interesting to see whether this is a draw today for Manchester United or whether Manchester United can get on back onto 6 points. But he's coming to Liverpool and Ryan Gravenberch. He's coming forward. Gravenberch judges the penalty. Still going Gravenberch. Alex Lewis Diaz inside the penalty. He has across the face and goal. Mo Salah has he crossed the line. It has. Liverpool have taken the lead. It's Mohamed Salah. It's Trent Alexander-Arnold, in fact, who has got the goal at the back post there. And Trent Alexander-Arnold on 6 minutes has given Liverpool the lead. And it's the right back coming in there. I thought it was Mo Salah at first. With Trent Alexander-Arnold. He looked like he crossed the line. The referee's watch post. He gave the goal. And on 6 minutes, it's Manchester United 0, Liverpool 1. And it's all courtesy of the right back, Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Yes, well, I'll tell you what, Ross. They immediately raised their arms to say it had crossed the line. So, this is the opportunity here, first of all, for Diaz. Diaz decides to square it, which was really unselfish. And yes, you can clearly see there, just on the first angle, that it had crossed the line. In fact, Diogo Dalot was in the goal when it hit him. So it was one of those, but it's definitely a goal. I guess they're reviewing it now for VAR. They're checking it. I'm guessing that for offside.
For offside here, Paul, against Mo Salah.
Yeah.
So Trent's goal may not stand at this moment in time. Possible offside against Mohamed Salah. And I can tell you the goal has been disallowed, Paul. It's back to 0-0, back to our way. Trent Alexander-Arnold's goal has been disallowed for offside against Mo Salah there, Paul James.
Wow. Well, it would have been against the run of play anyway, because I think Manchester United really had started off the better team. But you can see there, it looks very tight, JB. Sorry, Ross, very tight indeed. I have to be honest.
Yeah,
Uh,
he does, Mike. I mean, sorry, Paul. I should get that after you discover JB. Where's Rashford now for Manchester United into Xerxes? What can Manchester United do now? They had a warning sign there from Liverpool. He is Garnacho now. Is he fouled by Andy Robertson? The referee in linesman says no. Played up towards Diego Jota, and De Ligt does well to find Martinez, and Manchester United coming on the front foot again. But Casemiro gives the ball away, but Fernandez wins the ball back, in Xerxes comes all the way back to halfway to win the ball and keep the ball for Manchester United, and it goes back to Onana. Now Mateus De Ligt, and now it's in to Mazuri again, and Manchester United just knocking the ball around well here. De Ligt now to Onana to Martinez, and now De Ligt again. It remains Manchester United 0, Liverpool 0. Liverpool thought they had the lead through Trent Alexander-Arnold, but Mo Salah adjudged to being offside in the build-up to that, and looks like just to have got to turtle the ball on its way across to Trent Alexander-Arnold at the back post after Luis Diaz's ball across the face of goal in the corridor of uncertainty, which is where defenders don't really like those kind of balls in games. That's a wonderful pass from Luis Diaz, and here's Trent Alexander-Arnold again. Downline for Mo Salah this time. Salah inside the penalty area. Back it goes. Crossed in from Trent Alexander-Arnold, looking for Alexis McAllister, going from the defensive midfield position. Alexander-Arnold pulling back Rashford, but Manu has possession for Manchester United. Can't give it to Xerxes or Rashford, and Liverpool have possession back. Alexis McAllister for Dominic Szoboszlai. Through to Diogo Jota. Is he fouled there, Jota? No, says the referee. And Manchester United trying to get the ball back, and Liverpool, have they just won a free kick here for fouling Alexis McAllister? Fouled by Lisandro Martinez, he was. Let's see if referee's giving this as a free kick. Oh no, it was by Casemiro, should I say.
left his boot in there, Jay.
Left his boot
Left his
in
boot in there, Ross. Sorry. Left his
there.
boot in there.
Yes.
And he didn't need to do that. I think that was deliberate. I think that was deliberate.
Yeah, and it won't surprise me, Paul, here, if VAR check this.
I mean, looking at that, I try to give the players the benefit of the doubt when things like this occur, but I think that is deliberate. I think he deliberately leaves his boot in there and catches him in that position. I don't think that was an accident, but, I stand to be corrected if I'm wrong. I apologise, but to me, that did not look like an accident.
Same here, Paul, and there is Federico Chiesa, signed for Liverpool on deadline day for £12.5 million from Juventus, signed on Thursday. Wasn't registered in time to play in this game though today. And Alexis McAllister will have to go off the pitch here, will he? Normally you have to go off the pitch after being treated if you're injured, but it doesn't like that's the case there. Just before kick-off, Manuel Ugarte was paraded to the Manchester United faithful, just signed from Paris Saint-Germain on deadline day for £50 million or €50 million. We'll try and lay how much is in pounds. Alexis McAllister off after receiving that treatment, not off in total, but just off for a few moments while the game restarts. You have to do that if you've had the physio one. So Dominic Szoboszlai will drop back and help Ryan Gravenberch out until Alexis McAllister can come back onto the field of play. Manchester United currently with a man advantage. Just to see if the Red Devils can do that against the Reds of Liverpool. And Manchester United are coming forward. Diogo Dalot down the far side. Dalot in towards the penalty area. Low crossing is headed away by Virgil van Dijk, and out for a throw into Manchester United. And he's just shouting some instructions out to Trent. Here is Virgil van Dijk. Wait to see if Alexis McAllister back on there as of yet. So I wonder if Man United Liverpool are back up to full complement. They are. Just seeing them inside the penalty area. So back up to full complement of 11 players now, Liverpool, after McAllister back on the field of play after receiving some treatment and then have to go off for a few moments. We're interested to see how this goes so far. Manchester United are seem to be the brighter side so far, creating the chances a bit better as the cross comes in and is cleared away this time by Alexis McAllister off Xerxes, and behind it goes for a goal kick to Liverpool. 13 minutes gone then, Paul. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 0. Man United have started the brighter, but that goal which was chalked off for offside against Mo Salah for Liverpool was a warning sign for the Reds, weren't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely a warning sign for Manchester United. That Liverpool are very dangerous when they break. They break from. I mean, I actually timed the first goal that Liverpool scored against Brentford last season. Sorry, this early last week, not last season. Earlier, penalty box to penalty box, 11 seconds.
Wow. It'd be interesting to see if that happens again today. It's Rashford on the left hand side, low cross in, deflected off at Canate, behind for a corner. Remember Canate defending really well there for Liverpool. And it'd be interesting to see if Liverpool can do it in 11 seconds again, Paul, especially if they can get the ball from this corner and see if they can break out and score within 11 seconds this time around. Manchester United will be trying not to make that happen, should I say, not make that happen. It's going to Martinez, back it goes to Bruno Fernandes, whips the ball in, headed away by Van Dijk, back in by Fernandes. Salah tries to go on the end of that ball there. He goes out of play for a Liverpool throw-in. Fernandes couldn't able to keep that ball in play over there. Bruno Fernandes, the Manchester United captain. And just touching on Liverpool so far, they have been second best. They did have a goal disallowed, Paul, but since that goal disallowed, they've settled down a bit of Liverpool and it's been starting to get into the game. Yeah, Man United having one more possession, which you would expect with them being the home side, but Liverpool starting to have a bit of possession and just spells over the ball and trying to pull the pressure on Manchester United.
Yeah, they are. They're starting to press forward a little bit now at Liverpool. We know that they're capable of doing that. I don't think Liverpool would have minded absorbing a little bit of early pressure. But I mean, they break out so quickly. They know that they can catch teams cold very, very easily. So it'll be interesting to see how this game goes on. But I do agree with you. Liverpool are getting a little bit more into the game right now. They're creeping in there, aren't they?
They are, yes, as Luis Diaz is just robbed of possession. But Garnacho couldn't get on end of the ball from Mazraoui there. But Salah was waiting for the ball to come to him instead of going to the ball, which allowed Diego Dalot to nip in and win the ball back from Manchester United. And he's got to be made over halfway. On to Xerxes. Back it goes now to Delay. Now into the path of Mazraoui. Mazraoui looks forward. Xerxes. Good turn away from his man Van Dijk. But then McAllister wins the ball back for Liverpool to Luis Diaz. Diaz gives the ball to McAllister. Now Szoboszlai on this left hand side. Coming forward for Liverpool. McAllister. Infield to Diaz. Diaz gives the ball away. Menu and Fernandes wins the ball back, and that's a wonderful ball through. Is Alejandro Garnacho on this right hand side for Manchester United. Pull the ball across. No one's in a red shirt, and Gravenberch for Trent Alexander-Arnold and trying to get Salah away down that right hand side. Can Salah get there? Onana comes out and wins the ball and wins the race against Salah and finds Martinez. Now he drops it to Casemiro and then across now to the left. And Manchester United will try and come forward from the back. 16.5 minutes gone in. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 0. This is a fantastic start to the game as here comes Manchester United in possession with Dalot down the line for Rashford. Rashford over the top looking for Fernandes. Can't get there. Robertson heads it back. And then Canate helps it back to Alisson between the sticks. And interestingly, Paul, Liverpool have still adopted this 4-2-3-1 formation out of possession. When they've got possession, likes of Gravenberch or McAllister, either one of those, are getting forward and with support Szoboszlai and making it a 4-1-4-1, which is something that towards the or during his tenure at Leeds Bielsa uses, and he uses that at Uruguay as well. Are you surprised that Liverpool are adopting a similar style when they've got possession, pushing say McAllister or Gravenberch into the midfield alongside Salah, Szoboszlai and Diaz?
No, not surprised at all. Liverpool break out quickly and in numbers. So they to switch into that position makes perfect sense when you're breaking forward. If you're breaking forward, you want to try to outnumber the defence to create an odd man rush and create the goal scoring opportunity. So it doesn't surprise me at all. It's also very difficult to defend against, which a lot of teams have found out so far.
Yes, and also, Paul, what I do like about this Liverpool side, and I noticed it last week, where he's playing in the three behind the striker. This week is Salah, Szoboszlai, Diaz. Sometimes you see Salah drop into the number 10, and then Diaz onto the right, Salah onto the left, or sometimes Szoboszlai and Diaz, Szoboszlai and Salah swap places. So it's very hard for Manchester United, or whoever Liverpool are playing, to pick up their respective men who are supposed to be marking. Because one minute, for example, Mazur is supposed to be marking Diaz. Next minute, he's marking Szoboszlai, who's supposed to be marked by Martinez. Instead of being supposed to be marked by Dalot. And it's confusing for those three players who to know who's supposed to be marking at that one time, whether they go with the man who they're supposed to be marking or go with somebody else.
Yeah, I mean it's working for Liverpool right now as well, and they're making it very difficult for their opponents. 2 games in, they haven't conceded a goal yet, and they don't. Although Manchester United started well and put the press on early, they don't look like conceding to Liverpool.
Liverpool could be in for a goal here. Jota in for Mo Salah inside the penalty area on the right hand side. Can Liverpool score here? They can't. Salah can't get the ball forward. There's a man down for Manchester United. It's Kobe Mainoo who's holding back with his head. Here, Kobe Mainoo. Coming back with his head now, as Manchester United just stopped the player there. It was Sandro Martinez who stopped the players. We just look at this. Again, he just got caught back in the head as Liverpool won the ball back. There for that chance a few moments ago from, I think it was from Ryan Gravenberch, but it was an accidental collision from Gravenberch and on Kobe Mainoo. But Mainoo stayed down here, Paul, and he's not moved here, Mainoo, so that doesn't look a good sign for Manchester United.
Yeah, it's so I can see him sort of moving. I think he's going to be all right. Probably just sitting up. Hopefully for Mainoo, it's just an impact knock and nothing serious.
Yes, especially after him just being called up by Lee Carsley, the interim England boss, for the upcoming Nations League games against Ireland and Finland. Also in that squad is Liverpool's Trent Alexander-Arnold in there as well. Some familiar names in there, but some new names in there. We'll give you the scores from the earlier Premier League games a little bit later on. We'll
Morgan
also give
Gibbs
you...
White is in there as well, isn't he? He's making his first. He's got his first England call up.
Yes, he has, Paul. So it'll be interesting to see how well he does, and be interesting to see how Carsley gets on in the England setup, because Lee Carsley has said he's going to put his own stamp on things, and calling 4 uncapped players in the squad, Paul. He's done that.
Yeah, he has. Excuse me. I think he has done that. He's certainly picked the players that he's wanted, and I think that's important. I think you can't always go with a status quo. You've got to pick the players that you think are going to do the best job for you. So it's interesting to see that from Lee Carsley.
Yes, and at half time I'll give you a rundown of who's in the England squad for the upcoming matches. They'll be played next weekend. The Saturday the 7th for the first one against the Republic of Ireland, and then the Tuesday the 10th against Finland at Wembley. The Ireland games at Aviva Stadium in Dublin as Liverpool come forward here and now. As Szoboszlai goes down the edge of the box, no free kick given, and now is Xerxes coming forward. As Mainoo down the line, it goes to Xerxes this time. Xerxes goes well, always up the play on that far left hand side for Manchester United. Back into Kobe Mainoo. Here's Casemiro. Gives the ball away as he tries to pick out Garnacho. And Xerxes pulled his man Salah there, and there's the first yellow card of the game, and he goes the way of Joshua Xerxes on 23 minutes for the pullback there on Mohamed Salah.
Always going to get a yellow card for that. Always. Whenever you do that, you don't go for the ball, you pull the shirt. 9 times out of 10, you're going to get a yellow card for that. It's a silly one too, really silly.
It is, Paul, a silly yellow card, as Paul rightly says there, and I'm surprised that no one's spoke to him about that in the build-up to this game. 'Cause people always know those kind of yellow cards are silly. Not only that, Paul, they could cost your team late on if you make a silly challenge late on, or say you score a last minute winner and take off your shirt like some players do with a last minute winner. That could really be stupid, a yellow card there to pick up from Joshua Zirk. So here's the ball, comes towards Luis Diaz. Manchester United defending well as it's got Nacho now coming forward for Manchester United. A wonderful ball, trying to get Rashford away, but Ibrahim Konate does really well to read the danger and tidy it up. And then Trent Alexander-Arnold pings a wonderful ball towards Mo Salah, who gets there ahead of Diego Dalot. Liverpool go from defence to attack, and Salah in towards the penalty looking for Jota. Martinez and Casemiro tidy up for Manchester United and fetch it over halfway looking towards Alejandro Garnacho, but there's Andy Robertson by there doing fantastic defensive work, and Liverpool are back in possession as Trent Alexander-Arnold fought to get Liverpool the lead early on. Saw his goal disallowed for offside against Mo Salah, and I'm not sure, Paul, when I looked at the replay whether Salah got a touch onto the ball. It wasn't an offside position, but I'm not sure whether he got a touch onto that ball as he went through past him and onto Alexander-Arnold, put it in the back of the net. I want to see it again when we get a chance to. But Manchester United have won the ball back here for themselves as Garnacho finds De Ligt here, and Casemiro now has it. Casemiro gives the ball away to Bosley, rolled inside to Gravenberch. Ryan Gravenberch, will he let up a shot in? No. Let's play through to Diego Jota. Is just cleared away. Xerxes can't get there as Konate and Van Dijk defending well between them. And now Szoboszlai has possession from McAllister. Robertson. Szoboszlai again, who turns just inside of the Manchester United half. For McAllister, out to this left hand side. And Robertson further left. He went to Luis Diaz and back now to Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk has possession forward. It goes to Gravenberch, back to Andy Robertson. Van Dijk, Virgil van Dijk that is, across now to Ibrahim Konate on the right hand side. Down the line it goes for Salah, further down the line looking for Trent Alexander-Arnold, who can't keep the ball in play and is out to play for a throw-in. 25 minutes gone then, Paul, in this game at Old Trafford. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 0. What's your thoughts on the opening 25 and a half minutes?
Well, it's kind of evened itself out a little bit now. Manchester United started very brightly. I think since the goal that was disallowed, I think Liverpool have sort of grown a little bit more into the game. And it's very even Stevens right now, with both sides not really creating a great deal. The build-up play for both sides looks impressive, but there's that final ball that just isn't there right now for either side at the moment.
Yeah, Robertson with the ball in, so Bosley can't get there. Comes now for Virgil van Dijk. Here's McAllister. Across now to Konate as Liverpool come forward on this right hand side. Salah cuts in field. Turns away and drops it back to Konate once more. Back it goes to Salah. Mo Salah being told to go back to Virgil van Dijk on halfway just inside the centre circle inside the Liverpool half of the field. Across on halfway to Konate, down the line to Mo Salah this time. Salah to Alexander-Arnold, back to Salah again. Alexander-Arnold has it once more. Further back to Konate, Van Dijk on halfway. What can Liverpool do with possession? They can keep to make sure Man United do the running around. But now Manchester United have got it. Liverpool will have to do the running around. But Szoboszlai nips in there to Casemiro to get the ball back momentarily, but he gives the ball away to Dalot. For Xerxes on the side. Drops it back to Dalot just as Salah tried to win the ball back there for Liverpool. And then when the football over the top looking for Marcus Rashford, Alisson comes out, had to get it with his head there. Thought he was going to catch it, give away a free kick for handball, but he read the danger well and that's ready to wait for a throw-in, which will be taken by Diego Dalot. And 27 minutes, coming up to us, 27 and a half minutes gone here. It's still Manchester United 0, Liverpool 0. Diego Dalot looking to see if we can take this throw-in too. He has to go back this time to Matteo De Ligt, now back to Andre Onana. Onana goes through, sends it long, and he can only pick out his opposite number, Alisson, in goal for Liverpool. And Marcus Rashford on the screen there, Paul. What have you made to his start?
Um, he's made some inroads inside the Liverpool defence. He's just not received the ball a lot. But Manchester United now have sort of settled into a non-attacking play right now. They've been quite happy to allow Liverpool to come forward a little bit in the last sort of 10 minutes or so. But we'll see if that changes. I think Rashford is a real danger man. They should try to bring him into the game a bit more.
Yes, here's Diego Jota. Through towards Luis Diaz. Comes back for Jota on the edge of the penalty area. Can't get there. Meno slides in and wins possession back and wins it again. And then Mo Salah. Back to Dalot. Meno again. Gives the ball away to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Dalot nips in to get the ball back from Manchester United. And here comes Casemiro up and over halfway. That's Bruno Fernandes coming forward himself. Trying to pick out Rashford. But Liverpool win the ball back. It is Alexander-Arnold with possession. Into Mo Salah inside the centre circle. Just outside the Liverpool Manchester United half of the field. Jota inside the penalty area. De Ligt does well to keep the ball and he will clear away up towards halfway where Van Dijk heads it down the line to Andy Robertson, of course, same field. Into the centre circle and Canate finds Gravenberch. McAllister back to Gravenberch again. What can Ryan Gravenberch do here for the Liverpool number 38 if you're watching along and listening to us with our pictures, the pictures to our commentary, should I say. Here's Virgil van Dijk once more. Andy Robertson. Across now to Virgil van Dijk. And back it goes then to Alisson. Van Dijk has it again. And Virgil van Dijk gets this ball forward for McAllister. Here's Szoboszlai. Dominic Szoboszlai charging forward up over halfway towards the edge of the penalty now. Dominic Szoboszlai. All right to Luis Diaz. Left hand side of the penalty area. Towards Szoboszlai. Breaks down for Andy Robertson. Robertson can get the ball forward. He can't. He's out of play. And it's going to be a throw in here as Diaz gets the ball from Andy Robertson. Diaz. 30 minutes gone. Manchester United 0. Liverpool 0. Canate out wide for Salah. Into Alexander-Arnold. Back to Salah again. Down the line for Gravenberch. Ryan Gravenberch back towards Mo Salah. Comes off Diego Dalot. And behind for a Liverpool corner. And this is better from Liverpool, Paul. And they're starting to create chances now. And they've just won a corner here as well.
Yeah, good build-up play again by Liverpool. They've got a corner out of this now. So let's see if they can break open the Manchester United defence.
It's be interesting to see if they can do that. Trent Alexander-Arnold up from the back. Also to Ibrahim Konate in and around that penalty area. Van Dijk's on the goalkeeper. Andy Robertson, the left back, comes across to this right hand side to take this corner. Van Dijk and McAllister on the goalkeeper. Andre Onana. Diego Dalot there too. What? Just shielding Onana from Van Dijk. What can Virgil van Dijk do? Is the short corner to Salah anyway. And Salah gets it, Trent Alexander gets it back and offside, but Manchester United have got the ball. So the referee, Vincent Taylor, plays advantage. As is Fernandes running forward, he gives the ball away. It comes down for Xerxes, who's in possession. Finds Garnacho, right inside the penalty area, inside the box now. Chips in towards Xerxes, breaks for Fernandes. And Mazzouri was in there as well. But he couldn't take a clean connection, and now Liverpool can come forward with Luis Diaz. Diaz back to McAllister via Szoboszlai. Now Robertson across to Konate as Liverpool try and build up from the back. We've got 32 minutes on the clock. It's Manchester United 0, Liverpool 0. As here comes Liverpool in possession and with McAllister will lose it out now Fernandes for Xerxes. Xerxes again. Can't pick out Rashford. Manchester United trying to come forward this time, but Liverpool have got the ball back and Liverpool can come forward. Wonderful bit of play here. And it's Ryan Gravenberch coming forward. What can Gravenberch do here? Goes to the infield. Gravenberch gives the ball away. Meno goes down. Shot comes in from Jota over the bar. Well, the free kick was already given, so he once countered. Foul by Gravenberch on Kobe Menu. Manchester United have a free kick. And the Manchester United fans are hoping for a yellow card here for Diego Jota, who hit the ball over there. But for me, Paul, he was the whistle had already gone, and he was in position of striking the ball. And for that, Paul, you can't really give a player a booking for that, can you?
Well, it's debatable, but I think when you turn round and you do that, you're about ready to shoot. The whistle goes. You may not obviously be able to stop yourself before hearing the whistle. So it's a little bit different to the one that we saw at Arsenal yesterday. That one has caused some contention online.
Yes, and I'll give my thoughts on that in just a moment as we'll have a throw in, which will be taken by Trent Alexander Arnold, throwing it down the line as Trent Alexander Arnold out for a throw. I saw that one just before I set off, Paul, to cover this game this afternoon and earlier on this morning. And that for me is not the yellow card I can get why it's being given due to the letter of the law. But for me, he's Rice is walking downfield and he's walking and the ball's come past his foot as he's walking away and he's brushed offside his foot and gone out. And I'll come back in a moment as here comes Salah busting deep. Szoboszlai! Liverpool score! And Dominic Szoboszlai gives Liverpool the lead. Or is it Luis Diaz? Diaz is celebrating it. But I think he may come off Szoboszlai last. But Liverpool won't care. It's even Luis Diaz or Dominic Szoboszlai who's got the final touch. And Liverpool have the lead against Manchester United. It's Manchester United 0, Liverpool 1. 35 minutes gone here, Paul James.
Yeah, this is one of them, isn't it? He gets the ball here. Nobody's approaching. Manchester United are backing off. That allowed the pass into the penalty area. It did look like Szoboszlai, I have to admit. Let's take a look at it again and we'll see. See, Gravenberch is coming forward. Nobody's closing Gravenberch down. Overlapping is Salah. Salah gets the cross in, and I think it might have come off Dominic Szoboszlai. Let's just take a look. This is one for the contention. No, it is Diaz. It is
Yes,
Diaz.
I'm just looking at you, Paul. Yes, Luis Diaz. Yes, and it was a bit of confusion there because it looked as Szoboszlai was going to get it, but it was Luis Diaz. 35 minutes on the clock when that went in, and Liverpool have the lead. And you can see the reaction there, Paul, of Arne Slot, who is jumping for joy, and he is very happy with that, and so too is Luis Diaz. Love art, and then blowing a kiss down the camera, and a high five and a hug from Dominic Szoboszlai, but Luis Diaz has given Liverpool the lead at Old Trafford, Paul James, and fantastic header from Luis Diaz.
Oh, it was brilliant build-up play as well. Brilliant build-up play. But you have to question Manchester United's defence. They didn't close down Gravenberch. If they'd have closed down Gravenberch, that goal might have been preventable. Instead, they back off, and they allow the pass into the penalty area to Mo Salah, who swings across in, and nobody is picking up either Szoboszlai or Diaz. And the goal is an easy one in the end.
Yes, it is, Paul, and we've got a comment in the comment section here, and this has come from Phil Rogers, who says, first, come on Liverpool, and then says, yes, Szoboszlai and Luis Diaz. You think we're checking the goal for offside then? For me, Phil, we're not offside then. It didn't flash up on our big monitors that we've got with us here to say that we're checking it for offside, and we've got a monitor that says whether they're checking it for offside as soon as the ball hits the back of the net, so we know straight away. But that didn't flash up here. But Manchester United do trail to Liverpool by a goal to nil, and Liverpool could well be making it 3 wins out of 3. They've already scored 5 goals this season now, including this one today, without conceding. Arne Slot's men will be hoping to get more goals without conceding this afternoon and for the remainder of this season. It remains Manchester United 0, Liverpool 1 in the Premier League. 37.5 minutes gone here. And just as that goal went in, Paul, I was just about to ask you for your thoughts on the opening for the final, just going into half time with now 10 minutes away, but we'll come back to that moment in a second. As here's Jota wins his side a throw in here. We'll hear thoughts on the overall first half in just a moment. Or next time I have a stoppage in place, this throw is about to be taken here for Liverpool, which will be taken by Andy Robertson up from the left back position to take. We will look for. It goes to McAllister. Can't get it back to Andy Robertson. Garnacho does well there to win a throw this time off Andy Robertson. And that's a good sportsmanship there between Andy Robertson and Garnacho there. As we just see this again, it was a poor ball by Casemiro. And you're right here, Paul Gravenberch. You're just backing off here. Casemiro backed off. So does Martinez. And De Ligt is like, why is no one challenging him? And he were backing off as well. So you can have a, as I say to that to his defenders, but they could turn around and say to him, well, why were you backing off as well? Because all three of them were backing off and backing off and backing off and allow that move to happen and allow that goal to happen. But coming up towards the final 5 minutes of this first half, Paul, and we'll get your thoughts in a minute. As Manchester United coming forward here now. Bruno Fernandes with a low cross in. It's the back of Andy Robertson. There's a way there. Shot is blocked. And he's supposed after a Van Dijk interception. And he clears it away now. And Luis Diaz can break. End-to-end stuff here now. Diaz. Can Liverpool go 2-0 here, which would really put the cat amongst the pigeons after that. Manchester United trying to stay. And Manchester United coming forward with Casemiro now. And Casemiro goes down. It's the free kick. Manchester United. No, the referee says play on as Rashford has the ball for Fernandes. Back into Rashford. And Rashford through towards Garnacho and Ibrahim Konate. Ties it well to Alisson, to Andy Robertson. And Liverpool get the ball away up towards halfway. Mazzouri let's see the ball again. But Andy Robertson back in again. Diaz. Robertson. Liverpool coming forward. Get your thoughts on the opening first half in a minute as Martinez will go into the referee's book. Took out Szoboszlai there. And that's the definite yellow card for Lisandro Martinez on 40 minutes. And Paul, a definite yellow card there for the Man United centre-back, taking out Dominic Szoboszlai.
It was so late, it was in last month. This was just a terrible challenge. And now the captain, Virgil van Dijk, is getting involved. He feels perhaps that the yellow card is not sufficient punishment. I think Virgil van Dijk should stay out of it. I think if the referee makes a decision as a yellow card, we should stop trying to get players sent off. Because I'm sick of seeing it. I saw it enough yesterday. But again, it's to be honest with you, it's a very, very late challenge by Lisandro Martinez, and it's unnecessary as well.
Yes, and just look at this from Mazzouri, which is shot, which was saved by Alisson after a deflection off of Van Dijk. That was a decent effort from the Man United right back, Paul.
Yeah, it was, and it's one of the rare efforts. I think that's the only effort on goal that Manchester United have actually had in this first half.
Yes, it is Alisson now for Liverpool, and he's sent it long looking for Diaz, who chested down well to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai can come forward now for Liverpool, back into Luis Diaz. Diaz for McAllister. Gravenberch, who was onside. Trent Alexander-Arnold joins the attack. And Arnold chips it in towards the back post. Mazzouri is there, heads of the way to Garnacho, the man on him. And he plays it away from trouble well. Manchester United will try and come forward this time, but Liverpool have got the ball back. And here's Andy Robertson. Good ball to Alexis McAllister. Gravenberch does well, turns. No free kick given though. Foul by Mainu, referee says play on. And Casemiro goes down, no free kick. Here's Diaz. The referee says he got the ball, which I think he did. Here's Salah penalty, looking for Diaz. 2-0 Liverpool. And Liverpool have got a second goal. And Luis Diaz just before half time, 42 minutes on the clock. And Liverpool have a 2-goal lead now. And this game is surely now, Paul, getting away from Manchester United after Luis Diaz makes it Manchester United 0, Liverpool 2 on 42 minutes.
Yeah, it's brilliant build-up play by Liverpool. They get so many men forward when they come forward, and they overwhelm defences, and they overwhelm this Manchester United defence. But again, it's preventable. You've got Diaz coming forward. They're backing off again. And then it's right to Diaz. He's almost level with the penalty area. Nobody's close enough to Diaz. Look, there's nobody within 3 yards of him. Nobody. Look at that.
That's just poor defending, Paul, from Manchester United. You can see it here. He's near the penalty spot, and Martinez, if he steps across to his right hand side, would have probably been able to get a boot onto that and stop it from getting to Diaz. Delict from the other end, he could have been a bit closer towards Martinez and to prevent that ball coming into Luis Diaz. But as it is, Diaz has got two, Liverpool have got two. 42 minutes on the clock when that goal went in. 43 minutes played now. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 2, and Liverpool cruising to a third successive victory, and they've currently scored 6 goals without conceding in the Premier League so far under Arne Slot, and a good start to this new regime after Jurgen Klopp left at the end of last season, Paul.
Yeah, and as a neutral, I can tell you, I have to take my hat off to Liverpool. They've been quite brilliant. They really have in the way that they've gotten forward, and the overwhelmed defences when they get forward. They are so quick at breaking forward. Arne Slot has had the perfect start for Liverpool, but he's got this Liverpool team playing fantastic football. It reminds me of the days of the late 80s, watching Liverpool in the late 80s. They used to break forward in numbers so quickly, and we're seeing something very similar to that right now. This is really good play by Liverpool.
Yes, and just as you were talking there, Paul, Mateus, the new centre back, tried to play it in towards Mazur, the new right back, and he played it out of play, gave Liverpool the ball back and a cheap possession back, and a throw which have worked all the way back to Canate. Now Salah has possession over on that far right hand side. Back he goes to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Back he goes towards Alisson, who just gets there of Rashford, and who picks up the ball this time. And Liverpool just win the ball back as Gravenberch comes forward. Is he fouled there by Kobe Mainoo? He is. And will this be another yellow card for a Man United player? Not on this occasion, according to Anthony Taylor. Coming towards the end of the first half, we're looking at this again, Paul. Late challenge here from Mainoo. Is that a yellow card in your opinion? Because for me, I've seen them given.
I've seen them given for that, yeah. I think the referee, though, has made a sensible decision there, because he does go for the ball. And it's no studs up, it's not dangerous, and he catches him a bit late, but I think the referee has made a sensible decision there. Try and keep your cards in your pocket when you can.
Yes, and we're into 5 minutes stoppage time at the end of this first half. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 2 is the scoreline here on the commentary up 2, JB Sports, Focus on Football, Storm FM, and my very own personal Twitch channel, Russ P. Vernon _92. Thank you very much to those who are tuned in to listening today. Some news I've just got some comments in which we'll read out shortly from Phil Rogers again, who's tuned in, and really good to have you with us here today. Phil, as Liverpool come forward, is Gravenberch, is he fouled? He is by Kobe Mainoo this time, and this time Kobe Mainoo goes into the referee's no book, and I think that's accumulation of fouls, Paul, as Mainoo goes into the book at the end of this first half.
Yeah, he was always going to get... That last one was borderline, like you said, Ross. He was always going to get the yellow card on the next one.
Yes, absolutely. There's the confirmation of Mainoo's yellow card. Second yellow card of the season for Kobe Mainoo for Manchester United this season. And Manchester United not had a good first half by all accounts. They start off well, but since that Liverpool first goal, Liverpool have just been on top ever since. Some comments in from Phil as we wait for this Liverpool throw in, says, new one Liverpool, can we get to another? I think United could make a comeback, but Arne Slot's men won their previous 2 games 2-0. Liverpool are playing much better than Manchester United at the moment. He says there could be a second goal in the second half. And then he said on that goal, he says brilliant play for Liverpool, brilliant from Diaz. And he also says he totally agrees with your comment regarding that second goal for Liverpool, Paul, because that was the time of the second Liverpool goal went in when those last two comments came in from Phil Rogers. So big up to you, Phil, and thank you for getting your contributions in. As always, we do enjoy seeing you and our other people who are tuning in here, listening on to us as Diaz can't get towards the penalty area, and he goes out of play for a goal kick to Manchester United. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 2. 3 yellow cards in the first half. All goes the way of Manchester United. Joshua Zirkzee, Alessandro Martinez and Kobe Mainoo. Liverpool have got the goals. Luis Diaz on 35 and 42 minutes respectively. Liverpool leading by 2 goals. So that's Canate as that ball is the Bosley towards Diego Jota, who gets there and out of play of Jota for a throw to Manchester United, which Diego Dallo will look to take. Onslaught there, looking on to decide what to do at half time, how to if tweak things if necessary, if it feels that Man United are getting back into the game, which at the moment it doesn't look like Manchester United will be getting back into this game. Liverpool have defended this really, really well. At half time of this game, we'll get post loss on the end of the first half, on the first half overall, and then I'll go through some of the earliest scores in the Premier League and the Championship, and then just before we finish, I'll round up all the day's scores from the major leagues in Europe, as well as the Premier League and the Championship, plus also round down with yesterday's scores from the Premier League as well. We'll bring you those in the half-time, the other full-time scores from the earlier games, Premier League today, and the full-time score from the Championship today at half-time before we go for a half-time break after we've got the thoughts of Paul James as we see the players head down the tunnel in just about 60 seconds from now. Here's Andy Robertson to find Ibrahima Konate as Liverpool control possession as they come up towards half-time. It's back with Alisson now. All in green is the Liverpool goalkeeper. Van Dijk gets it to McAllister. Konate has it again. Now he's with Trent Alexander-Arnold. Gravenberch makes a run down the line and he finds him. Gravenberch gets down the line. He's out to play for a throw-in to Liverpool. Gravenberch will look to take it. He leaves it instead for Trent Alexander-Arnold to take. Casemiro on our pitches then. No really had the best of games in this first period. Liverpool currently leading by 2 goals. And if you're just joining us, Luis Diaz on 35 and 42 minutes respectively, with goals coming from Luis Diaz, as is Dominic Szoboszlai. Can he add a third in for half time? He goes in towards Mo Salah, who can't get a shot on goal there. Menu can fetch Manchester United away. And no fielders. It's Fernandes now. Well, no, Fernandes. He's got Xerxes out to the left. Gets it back. Just Fernandes from Xerxes. Trent, Virgil van Dijk goes across there to stop him as he goes down here. But the half-time whistle has gone here at Old Trafford as the half-time whistle has just gone. And it's 2 goals from the man on the picture there, Luis Diaz, who has got the goals for Liverpool. 35 minutes, 10 minutes from the end of the first period, and then 42 minutes as well from the end of the first period. But Paul James, as the players leave the pitch at half-time, just give us your overall assessment on that first half, because Liverpool have really been dominant since taking the first goal.
Well, first of all, what is Erik ten Hag going to say to his players? Please don't ask me that question because I really don't know. What I can tell you though is that Liverpool could have had 3 or 4 goals in this game, let alone lucky to perhaps for the first goal to be disallowed. But they're looking so good going forward. They're overwhelming Manchester United's defence. But Manchester United's defence are not getting close to these Liverpool players, and they're being punished every time for it. They didn't learn from the first time, and really, they didn't learn from the goal was disallowed, but they didn't learn from the second time or the third time. All 3 of those scenarios, including the goal that was disallowed, was extremely poor defending from Manchester United. And they're looking right now like they have got a mountain to climb in this second half. And like I said, Ross, I have no idea whatsoever what Erik ten Hag is going to do to try to change this, because this Liverpool team look very, very good.
They do, Paul. Thank you very much. We'll be back with Paul in the second half as he provides more expert analysis during the second half. Let's run you through the earlier scores from the Premier League. Chelsea 1, Crystal Palace 1, Newcastle United 2, Tottenham Hotspur 1. As you know, it's half time in our featured match. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 2. In the Championship, still playing at Bramall Lane, they lead by 1-0 against Watford. Daniel Badman own goal after just 2 minutes. Kiefer Moore missed a penalty on 17 minutes. Play is still continuing at Bramall Lane. Sheffield United 1, Watford 0 is the latest score there. We'll bring you all the other scores a little bit later on, but we're now just going to take a break. But first, before I do that, I'm going to read you Ali's tweet here from Manchester Evening News reporter George Smith. He is covering Manchester United for the Manchester Evening News, and he has put this. Manchester United nil, Liverpool 2 at half time, as we know. Luis Diaz's double has Liverpool in complete control. Casemiro's downfall proving staggering. Liverpool a class above in every aspect, and I 100% agree with every word that George Smith has just said there on that tweet. Right, you can listen to the second half coverage from myself and Paul James shortly. But at half time in the Premier League is Manchester United nil, Liverpool 2. Welcome back to the second half coverage ahead of the second half coverage, should I say, of Manchester United nil, Liverpool 2 at the break, and Manchester United are on the verge of yet another humiliating defeat against Liverpool with a performance like they have put in today. I can just bring you some news in from the cricket in the test match between England and Sri Lanka in the second test. England have just won that test match by 190 runs. We're back to the match in hand, which we're focusing on, which is Manchester United against Liverpool. And Paul James, I just want to bring you attention to a comment which Manchester United Evening News reporter George Smith has put out. I want to get your opinion on whether you agree with him or not. He's put Manchester United nil Liverpool 2 half time, which we already know the scoreline, but this is double as Liverpool in complete control. Casemiro's downfall proving staggering. Liverpool a class above in every aspect. Would you agree with that comment there from George Smith?
Oh, I mean, it's. I don't think it's even most things I say in football are a matter of opinion, and we all have different ones. But I don't think even the most hardened Manchester United fan can disagree with that. It's absolutely correct.
Yes, absolutely, Paul. And just to bring you up to the listeners up to date with the championship result, is finished Sheffield United 1, Watford nil. Daniel Badman's own goal after just 2 minutes of difference there. Kiefer Moore missed a penalty for Sheffield United in that game against Watford, but Sheffield United winning by a goal to nil in the championship this afternoon. The full classified check of all of the day's action to come later. Manchester United making a substitution at half time, Paul, and his youngster Toby Collier, who has come on at half time to be, and he is replaced Casemiro. And Casemiro, I've seen some tweets at half time, and which is one which I agreed with, which was said they'd be surprised if Casemiro comes back out for the start of the second half. He hasn't, and I think that's the correct move from Eric Ten Hag. But we'll get your thoughts on that in a moment. Manchester United are trying to do some defending here as Luis Diaz and Diego Yota's go away. Yota away, crossed in looking for Salah, and Diaz inside the penalty area, and he goes all the way out to play for a throw-in to Manchester United over on this far side. There's a man down there for Manchester United. I think it's Mazraoui who's down. He went down after challenging with Diego Yota, who broke away with possession there. Toby Collier on in that middle of the park now, alongside Kobe Mainoo. So running through that side, Man United side now with that change in hand. So an honouring goal, Mazraoui, De Ligt, Martinez, Dalot, Collier, Mainoo, Garnacho, Fernandes, Rashford, Xerxes. The bench now for Manchester United is Eaton, Bayinda, Maguire, Evans, Ahmad, Ericsson, Anthony Wheatley. For Liverpool then it's Alisson in goal, Alexander Arnold, Konate, Van Dijk and Robertson across the back. Gravenberch and McAllister in front of the back four. No changes for them incidentally. And why would you with your side leading by 2 goals to the break? Mo Salah, Dominic Szoboszlai and Luis Diaz behind Diego Yota. On the bench then, Kevin Keller, Joe Gomez, Tsimikas, Kwanzaa, Bradley, Endo, Elliott, Nunes and Gakpo. And Paul, looking at the second half, Man United have only made one change, which saw Casemiro come off for Collier. Could end up having to make another change here with Mazraoui down, which probably would see, when you look at the bench here, probably either Maguire or Evans coming on.
Possibly.
You would have to say, with those two being the only defenders on the bench there. It'd be interesting to see how Man United do it for their first time, because they're centre backs. As well as a right back, I wonder if Man United will go to a back three if those changes, if the changes made there, or whether Maguire or Evans will come on and play right back.
It's an interesting one. They don't have natural wing backs, so Manchester United to adopt a back three. Harry Maguire and Johnny Evans are warming up now. Interesting to mention Toby Collier. It's his first Premier League appearance for Manchester United, and to replace somebody of Casemiro's talent, will be a big blow for Casemiro's ego. It might just waken him up a bit for the next game because he was poor in that first half, Ross.
Yes, absolutely, Paul. And some reporters who are watching this game that has been winning on X at half time or Twitter, whichever people want to call it these days, at half time. Some have called it a nightmare first off for Casemiro. He's involved in both Liverpool goals. The first Liverpool goal, it was a first time pass away, which he gave to Gravenberch, which then broke for Salah to cross for Diaz to head home. And then he was involved again in the second goal, giving the ball away again for Liverpool to break and get a second goal with Diaz again. So some people called it a nightmare first off, Paul. Would you agree with that? It was a nightmare first off for Casemiro as he was still receiving treatment down on the pitch at Old Trafford.
I mean, dramatic to call it a nightmare first half, but it was bad. um, it was very bad, and he's going to have to start shaping himself up a little bit because you can't play like that in this league and be successful and expect to play week in and week out. Regardless of what you've done in your career, you just can't play like that.
Yes, Mazuri back to his feet now. Pleasure to report on some United fans giving the club that Manchester United with a throw in then to be taken by Diego Dallo. Man United currently gone to a back. Looks like he's gone to a back three at the moment with Dallo on the left of the back three, with Delict on the right and Martinez on the in the middle, while the aforementioned Mazuri receives treatment off of the pitch now and stays off the pitch for a few moments after that injury there. Manchester United going to get another throw which will be taken by Diego Dallo. Again, Mazuri wants to come back onto the field. He's got a foot on the pitch, foot off the pitch. Just can't come back on as of yet. Can he? No, he's still not allowed back on the field of play as of yet. He's looking across at Anthony Taylor. Anthony Taylor not allowing him back on the pitch. Now he is. He's now allowed him back onto the pitch. Man United back up to their full complement of 11 players. Here is Canate into Virgil van Dijk. How wide to this Renaissance and Trent Alexander-Arnold does Liverpool come from left to right in this second half? Rashford. What can Marcus Rashford do here? He does well. Drops it inside and gives the ball away. As Collier and Fernandes were trying to go on the end of that, but Liverpool won the ball back up towards Mo Salah. But Dallo wins the ball then, turns away from his man. Goes inside to test the leg to cross now to Mazuri on that right hand side. Inside to Kobe Menu. Menu to Collier. Back it goes to Martinez. Now Delict again. Comes forward, Mateus Delict into Mazuri. How wide it goes to the aforementioned Garnacho. Started this game in place of Ahmad and still out there at this moment in time. Just one change for Manchester United at half time. No changes for Liverpool if you're just joining us. Liverpool leading by 2 goals, no thanks to 2 goals from the number 7, Luis Diaz, against Manchester United. Manchester United not really tested Alisson much, if any, in that first half. And with that change, it was probably a life-for-life change. You mentioned that Collier is his first Premier League start, big first Premier League appearance. Big ask to come on in this game of this magnitude and make an impression. But what an opportunity for the young man.
Oh yes, an excellent opportunity, and like I say, his first appearance in the Premier League for Manchester United, and already is getting himself involved.
Yes, as in heading down to Xerxes, forces a save from Alisson. That was headed down from Collier into Xerxes, who found a shot at goal. Alisson pushed it away. Decent effort from Joshua Xerxes there. After headed down from Toby Collier, who was on the edge of the penalty areas. Manchester United coming forward, close towards Marcus Rashford with small pokes. Can he keep the ball in and alive? He can. What can Rashford do here now? On to the right foot, whips the ball in towards the penalty area. Comes out for Szoboszlai to help Canate get the ball clear up towards halfway. Dallo wins the header there. Now Manchester United coming forward. Here comes Martinez. Into Collier. Collier does well. Away from Diego Dallo. Diego Jota, should I say. And across to Mazuri. Back and goes to Delict now. Martinez again. Martinez does well, keeps hold of possession, as Liverpool have been forced to Manchester United back here. Suppose like telling the midfielders of Gravenberch and McAllister to push forward, which will then allow the back four to push forward as well. It remains Manchester United 0, Liverpool 2. Manchester United giving the ball away. Gravenberch coming forward here. He says to Bosley, back to Gravenberch again. This is what Liverpool want to the start of the second half. Alexander Arnold down the line to Mo Salah. Can he get the ball in towards the penalty area? So now he goes back to Alexander Arnold. Now back to Gravenberch. Liverpool running from around Gravenberch in towards the penalty area. Alexander Arnold back to Salah. Salah, will he go backwards? He will. To Canate. Van Dijk. Will play this from Liverpool. Jota back to Andy Robertson. Down the line it goes there to Luis Diaz, the goal scorer of both Liverpool goals. Van Dijk now has it for Alisson. Alisson to Canate. Liverpool just knocks it around well and keeping possession and making Manchester United do all the running to try and tire them out first rather than they tire out themselves. Dalot just clears this ball away. Manchester United win there with Menu. Van Dijk is there, chips the ball forward. Jota controls on now to Trent Alexander-Arnold coming forward. Alexander-Arnold does well into Salah. Tees up. Alexander-Arnold shot is blocked. Can Diaz get there to Mazraoui? No, Mazraoui can, and he clears it away, throwing to Liverpool. But Liverpool again there, Paul. Carving Manchester United open, but the offside flag is up.
Yeah,
So
again,
that goal to counted.
Look at the numbers breaking forward. There's 5 here. There's 1 just behind. A 6 coming up as well. Manchester United defending very deep here, but they almost have to because you've got the 3 forwards there as well. You've got Jota there. You've got Salah in the box. All of them trying to create chances, but it's not breaking forward in numbers by Liverpool that's making it very difficult for Manchester United.
Yes, and Manchester United win themselves a free kick inside the centre circle, and a yellow card for Liverpool for number 4, according to Anthony Taylor, for number 4 in the air for Virgil van Dijk. 55 minutes on the clock when he received his booking there. Virgil van Dijk into the ball there for a late challenge on Kobe Mainoo in the middle of the park. Liverpool still lead by 2 goals still against Manchester United. And now here they come again, Liverpool. Can they make it 3-0? So Bosley. Mo Salah! It is 3! And Liverpool are running away with this now. Mohamed Salah puts the icing on top of the cake. If he wasn't already on. Mohamed Salah makes it 3-0 to Liverpool. 56 minutes on the clock. And Liverpool now are running riot and running away with this now, Paul. Is Manchester United 0, Liverpool 3. Is that man, the Egyptian King as they called him on Merseyside, Mohamed Salah, that makes it Manchester United 0, Liverpool 3.
Well, again, they were just carved open so easily. But again, 4-on-3 there, the odd man rush again. Manchester United's defence can't cope with this. They just cannot cope with this. Look at this again. The ball is given away here. It's played forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. The third one, it was almost 4-on-2, in fact, actually, if I'm being honest. The third one was a bit further behind, but it's more like 4-on-2. And the minute that Szoboszlai picked up the ball, I knew where it was going. It was going to go to Salah, and it was going to be 3-0.
Yes, Salah doesn't miss. And can Salah come in for a 4? For a second, and Liverpool's both be fires over. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 3, but that could have easily have been 4-0 there. Mo Salah breaking in from the right hand side. Paul straight from kickoff, in fact. Look at this. Press from Liverpool, giving the ball away to Salah, who breaks forward. It was from Martinez. He cut inside of him, and that really should be 4-0.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Mo Salah's just been electric in this game anyway. And I am going to have an almighty task when I come to pick the player of the match later on. But it's... just look at the way they're knocking the ball around. They're toying with Manchester United.
Yes, and Paul, I don't think you'll have an hard choice. It's going to be one of the Man United players, surely.
Yeah, right.
Is Salah! Deflects wide, Liverpool corner. Liverpool coming forward again, almost 4-0. Mo Salah having a shot this time again. And a deflection off Diego Dallo en route. Takes it behind for a corner. But Manchester United, Paul, being ripped into it and being shown that with Mo Salah, in the last 7 appearances at Old Trafford, he has scored virtually in every single game, Paul James. Every single meeting in the last 7 appearances at Old Trafford, he has scored in every single one of them. One was an hat-trick, one was 2 goals. Can Salah get a second here, which would then leave himself and Luis Diaz on hat-tricks? But can Liverpool make it 4-0 this? Alexander Arnold with the corner coming in towards the penalty. Heads up and away, is it? As is there. Carter latches it. And he goes eye wide. And also answered behind for a goal kick to Manchester United. And Manchester United, Paul, really being taught a lesson here in how to play football against one of the big sides.
Yeah, they're getting a real footballing lesson here. And the one Manchester United player I do feel sorry for, the one that I feel is in an unwinnable situation today, is the goalkeeper Andre Onana. Like, what can he do with this?
And then some people say goalkeepers are there to prevent shots, but some people always say, Paul, and I sometimes agree with this term here, the goalkeeper's only as good as the defenders or the players in front of him. And Manchester United players in front of him are not being very good today. Salah comes forward again for Liverpool. He breaks down for Ryan Gravenberch as Liverpool will come forward again. Alexander Arnold. Back now to Ibrahim Konate. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 3, almost an hour gone here in the Premier League. As Virgil van Dijk has possession. Good play here for Liverpool. Good movement here now as Gravenberch gives the ball away. And Liverpool can come forward. Here is Marcus Rashford. Edge of the penalty area. Slow going Rashford. Does well here, Marcus Rashford. Now finds Martinez. Good work to Delict. Now Awad Mazuri. Now is Kobe Mano. Collier. Loses out to Salah. No foul there on Toby Collier. Salah can fetch the ball away for Liverpool. Into Luis Diaz, who turns away from Mazuri, who was penalised for a foul on him. Manchester United right back. And there's a free kick to Liverpool. Hour gone then, Paul James. Man United to Liverpool 3. And where do Man United go next if they are to get the next goal in this game?
Well, I think at this point it's about, not conceding any more goals. For me anyway, I would argue that if I was the Manchester United manager, I'd just be making sure that this doesn't turn into a cricket score, because it's threatening to do so right now.
Yes, as speaking of cricket, England have beaten Sri Lanka in the second test by 190 runs. We'll give you the test scorecard later for both innings, top scores for each side in all of the innings, and the top bowling figures from each side in both innings as well before we finish today. Manchester United in this game could be getting taught a cricket lesson if Liverpool continue to pile on the pressures. Here's Luis Diaz through towards Diego Jota. Can Jota get there? Martinez does well to take it for the back. Onana almost presented the ball to Luis Diaz. Mazur is away. Dominic Szoboszlai back at him. And Szoboszlai does well to get the ball back with Andy Robertson back to help him out. And Liverpool just keeping possession well here. McAllister drops it back to Van Dijk. Gravenberch round the corner, gives the ball away to Mazraoui. And now Manchester United trying to come forward. McAllister footing to prevent Man United from coming forward there. But Manchester United back on possession. They're not done with this attack yet. All the rest is back with Martinez. Into Xerxes, who comes deep to try and get involved in the ball. And that's a wonderful ball over the top, is it? From Konate. It would have been if Salah could have gone end of that. We runs through into the arms of Andre Onana. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 3 is the scoreline. Manchester United leading here by 3 goals. Trailing here by 3 goals, should I say. I didn't want to get Man United fans hopes up there, Paul. I was Man United were leading by 3 goals to 0. In fact, losing by 3 goals to 0.
Yeah, you'll upset people, Ross.
I don't want to do that, Paul. Unless it's people in my family who are Man United fans or Man phone after this game if Man United concede again. But is Rashford
You're
trying to
probably going to call him
make
after
Man
this
United?
game anyway, admit it.
Maybe a Xerxes with the end of there, fantastic save from Alisson, and it's cleared away by Canates. Manchester United almost getting the goal back there. Man United still on the front foot. Fernandes, out to Mazuri, can he get across and towards the Liverpool penalty area? He can. Van Dijk this time gets the ball away. De Ligt is there. The two number fours go connected with the ball after one another there. Manchester United coming forward with Menu. What can Menu do here now? Is Diego Jota. And back with Menu. Back he goes then to De Ligt. And Fernandes, good ball over the top to Mazuri. Into Garnacho now. Right inside of the penalty area. Goes to the infield. McAllister intercepts for Diaz. And Luis Diaz charges up towards halfway. And gets away from De Ligt. Is he brought down by De Ligt? But the referee's played advantages. Diego Jota's on the charge. Jota inside the penalty area. Goes to the buzz line in front. Coming back to him. Jota's still going, loses out, comes out to the penalty area. Manchester United get the ball forward, looking for Rashford away. Rashford has gone there, up against Canate. Rashford's still going, he comes off Canate, half for a throw. Rashford will look to take it quickly, but there's a man down here. The referee wants to stop play, and he's booked somebody here. Who's he booked? Is he booked Matthijs de Ligt? Is he booked de Ligt for this challenge on Diaz?
Yeah,
Yes, I
for
think
the
he
earlier
has.
challenge, yeah.
64 minutes booking for Matthijs de Ligt for the earlier challenge on Luis Diaz. A correct call there, in my opinion, Paul.
Yeah, but going back to that attack by Liverpool, I know we've been critical of Manchester United's defence, but what a vital challenge that was by Lisandro Martinez. Otherwise, that would have surely have been 4-0.
Yes, absolutely. Manchester United defenders now have got two of their defenders on yellow cards. They've got their forward on a yellow card and central defensive midfielder on a yellow card. As here comes Cody Gakpo, the Dutchman, coming on, and he's replacing Luis Diaz. And I'm surprised by that, Paul, especially with Diaz on a yellow, on an hat-trick, should I say, not a yellow card, on an hat-trick.
Yeah, I mean, nevertheless, I can see why he's done it. We've got to that point in the game now. There's 25 minutes left, and it's like if Manchester United thinks, "Oh, thank goodness he's going off," you look on the bench and on comes Cody Gakpo. It's like as if things can't get any worse for Manchester United.
Yes, and if they take out Salah and fetch on Darwin Núñez, that's going to be even worse for Manchester United, especially if Núñez comes on, especially because he's been training with Uruguay's new boss Marcelo Bielsa, who is, from what I've been reading from Darwin Núñez, he said he's helped change his game quite a bit since he's took over at the Uruguayan national team. Dallo flicks the ball on, looking for Xerxes, but Liverpool get the ball away. And here's Salah. Good ball over the top. Szoboszlai is away. Dominic Szoboszlai is onside as well, which is a key part of this. Szoboszlai crossed in. Header just wide from Gakpo, and that really should have been testing the goalkeeper at least there from the substitute Cody Gakpo.
Oh, well, I mean, if that was on target, Ross, that wouldn't have tested the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper wasn't moving. Look at that. If it was on target, that was definitely 4-0. But he just diverted it wide. But already the threat is there from Gakpo as we look at Xerxes' opportunity. Just didn't get it. I mean, it was a save, I would say, that you'd expect Alisson to make because it was so close to him. Xerxes needed to get that further into the corner in order to get the goal back that Manchester United so desperately need.
Yes, and if Manchester United get the next goal, it could really change the complexion of the game, albeit I don't see it changing much. If Liverpool get the next goal, they'll put the cherry on top of the icing, which went on top of the cake after that third goal from Mo Salah. Both sides have made one change each. Manchester United fetched on Toby Collier for Casemiro at half-time. Liverpool's just recently fetched on Cody Gakpo in place of Luis Diaz. Just a quick word then, Paul, on Luis Diaz. We didn't get you to give his thoughts when he went off. What's your overall thoughts on his performance in this game? And those two goals were absolutely well taken. We'll get that in a moment as McAllister come forward for Liverpool, but Manchester United have won the ball back. Fernandes instead Garnacho away up against Van Dijk. Garnacho to the penalty area, still going. Andrew Garnacho took out by Jota. Then is a free kick to Manchester United. It's took out by Alexis McAllister, in fact. And Garnacho goes down. Free kick to Manchester United. Paul, first of all, is this a free kick?
Yeah, I mean, he's got his hands up in his face. It's impeding him. It is a free kick. But, substitutions coming up here for Manchester
Yes,
United.
substitution for Manchester United, which sees Matthijs de Ligt coming off on 68 minutes. He's replaced by number 5, Harry Maguire. And the second substitution for Manchester United sees Ahmad coming on, who for me shouldn't have been dropped for this game. And coming off is Alejandro Garnacho as well. So Manchester United making the rule change there. But Paul, just a quick word then on Luis Diaz, his performance this afternoon.
He was such a threat. It's been all afternoon. He's been a threat to this Manchester United defence. He's along with Mo Salah is just been, and the Manchester United defenders will be seeing those two in their sleep tonight.
Yes, speaking then to Manchester United, Ahmad will probably be involved in this. Fernandes about to take him, stood with Ahmad there as well, and as Fernandes moves across it towards Maguire around the back, but easily claimed by Alisson. Offside flag was up. The referee says play on, as the ball is in the arms of Alisson. And the way on Garnacho, who went off just now for Ahmad. Paul. Not a good performance for him today.
No,
from Garnacho, really.
He didn't get the ball a lot. I'd have been tempted to make that switch at half time. If I'm being honest, I think he maybe left it a little bit late. If I'm being honest, but we'll see how Diallo copes in this second half now.
Yes, as Mainu picks up the ball from Manchester United into the centre circle. He goes to the right of Mazzouri, down the line. It goes now to the man on that far side. The man cuts infield. Collier now has possession. Crossfield switch to Rashford. Marcus Rashford on this left hand side. Goes one way, then the other. Rashford inside the penalty area. Still going Rashford. Jersey's there as well. Salah biting back to win the ball back for Liverpool. Clears it away, looking for Szoboszlai. Too much on that ball from Mo Salah. Out of play for a throw-in to Manchester United. Will take it very quickly with Dalot. And he's back now with Maguire. Drops it all the way back. Then to Andre Onana. Maguire again has possession closed down by Diego Jota, who's yet to get on the score sheet today. 2 from Diaz, 1 from Salah. Just joining us. All the goal scorers for Liverpool this afternoon. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 3 is the scoreline. As Dalot drops the ball down the line to Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes in field for Mainu. Back it goes to Martinez. How wide it goes then into the path of Mazzouri. Down the line to Ahmad. What can Ahmad do here against the former Liverpool wingers? Then in Gakpo and Robertson in his way. Comes across this right hand side and Martinez. Down the line he goes to Dalot. And it's near side the left for Manchester United as they attack. Dalot into Mazzouri. Mazzouri gets the ball out wide to Ahmad. Attacking Alexander Arnold. And Robertson is then Gakpo. Gakpo gets the foot to it. Pushes it out for a corner. But Ahmad's made a bit of a difference, Paul. He's running out of Liverpool now, which is something that Garnacho never did when he got on the ball.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, he's very good at that, is Diallo. And let's see if he can make a difference in this game.
Corner kick then in towards Maguire and punched away. Jersey was inside the penalty area too, trying to get on end of that. Maguire's in again. Jersey this time inside the penalty area. Alexander Arnold wins the ball back for Liverpool, but gives it away again to Diego Dalot. Will they end up a shot here? No. I went to Ahmad. Ahmad inside the penalty area. Crossing. Fernandes acrobatically. No, it was Martinez acrobatically just wide. But Manchester United with a chance there, Paul. This time, another one off target.
Yeah, but what a piece of acrobatics this was by Martinez. I mean, obviously in the end it was well wide, but had that come off, that would have raised the Manchester United fans out of their seats.
It would, and probably raised a few people as well. Manchester United trail by 3 goals to nil. There's the former Man United boss So Alex Ferguson in the crowd, 63 games as manager against Liverpool, most in this fixture. And Manchester
Yeah,
United are looking for their, in this head-to-head market, looking to try and win this game, which will be third win for Eric Ten Hag against Liverpool in the Premier League. From 7 matches, 2 wins, 2 draws, 3 defeats so far, heading for his 4th defeat, and heading for his 3rd defeat against Arne Slot as well, which is not
yeah,
a very good thing to see as Salah tries to come forward with good defending from Diego Dallo, who almost gave the ball away. No, almost did. Was out for a throw to Liverpool. Now Manchester United 0, Liverpool 3. Mo Salah there just watching on, as the throw will be taken by Trent Alexander-Arnold for Liverpool against Manchester United. Alexander-Arnold looking on in the white jersey of Liverpool today. White, black, white for Liverpool. United, red, black, red, white, black. In terms of the kisses, Liverpool with Fernandes coming forward. One football over top from Fernandes, and he can get the ball away. Well, that's good clearance from Alisson out of play for a throw. Manuel will want to go a bit quickly and does so. Ahmad into the penalty area goes. Ahmad still going. Van Dijk's there. Biting back. Rovers Gakpo cleared away brilliantly there by Andy Robertson up towards halfway. Header forward there. Mazuri out of play for a throw which will be taken by Liverpool and will be taken by Andy Robertson, but Liverpool making some changes again here now. Let's see who is number 20, Diego Jota, coming off
Darwin Núñez
to be replaced by Darwin Núñez in this game. Darwin Núñez coming on. Also coming on is Conor Bradley, number 84, who is a right back. So as expected, as I thought it probably would be, Trent Alexander-Arnold will be the man making way here for Liverpool. Just to touch upon those two players, Paul. How well do you think both Alexander-Arnold and Jota have done today?
Well, they've both worked very, very hard indeed, haven't they? And Trent Alexander-Arnold likes to get forward, and he's been a bit of a threat going forward as well as making it very difficult for Rashford down that left-hand side. Obviously now a different threat has come on in Darwin Núñez. We know he's good in the air. We know he can score goals. He's going to be a threat for Manchester United to add to the many other threats that have been going on today.
Yes, throwing for Liverpool to be taken by Andy Robertson. Núñez gets the first touch and then gives the ball away as Liverpool lost possession. Supposedly trying to buy back against Manu and helped out there with Alexis McAllister. Now Mo Salah's on possession. Salah's got Bradley charging up from the right back. Here's Conor Bradley, does well. Turns away from his man and finds Ryan Gravenberch. Back he goes now to Ibrahima Konate. Across to Virgil van Dijk on halfway. Over halfway now and here's McAllister. Good work from Szoboszlai. Robertson drops it all the way back here into the path of Alisson. Forward it goes, and that's a good first time ball forward looking for Mo Salah. Can't get away from Diego Dallo. Out of play for a throw-in to Liverpool, which will be taken here by Conor Bradley. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 3. Bradley will put together all forward. Salah towards the Szoboszlai, cleared away by McAllister, and this is good movement here as Liverpool will look to come forward here. Or Man United will try and get the ball back in the afternoon. Now it's Collier, and they will come forward this time. Here's Rashford now on this left hand side. Pushed in field, finds Dallo. Dallo slows the tempo down a bit to try and regain a bit of momentum for Manchester United and try and take the sting out of Liverpool's attacks coming when they come forward. Here's Rashford. Left hand side of the penalty area, whips in towards the back post. Xerxes there, back across the goal and wide. And Joshua Xerxes can't believe it. I can't believe that chance goes wide there, Paul James.
Well, it was an opportunity for him, but he's stretching. To be fair, I'll give that as a half chance. I think because he was stretching for it, but well, he's a world class striker. They might be disappointed with that.
Yes, he will be probably disappointed with that, Paul. No question about that. Media Radio Jingles and Gaming is on, who says, I'll get to his comment in a moment. So too, Phil Rogers has put two comments in as well. Here's Bradley now for Liverpool. Into Mo Salah, edge of the penalty area. Ryan Gravenberch. Good ball round the corner. Bradley. Sabozlai. Is he going to be number 4? No. Fantastic piece of defence from Mazraoui. And now Rashford can fish his ball away from Manchester United. But the Manchester United defender, Mazraoui there, Paul James. Really good defending.
Really good defending in the end, but that should have been 4-0. Szoboszlai had all the time in the world for a moment there. There was nobody close to him until the Manchester United defender, Mazraoui, got in the way there and made a good challenge. But that was an opportunity for Szoboszlai. You don't usually get that much time on the ball in the Premier League, let alone in an opposition's defence.
Yes, Manchester United still trailing by 3-0. Media Radio Jingles and Gaming says, we've done it now. 3 wins in a row, surely. It's over. That talented Egyptian Mo Salah had to finish it perfectly. We'll get Phil's comments in a moment with Media Radio Jingles and Gaming. Who's also put commenting as well as he comes. Ahmed Salah penalty for Manchester United. The ball in towards Collier. And he's just off of Gravenberch. Behind for a corner kick to Manchester United. Phil Rogers says Liverpool have surely done it now. Running play from Salah, the talented Egyptian footballer, had to finish it perfectly now. Man United not having a good day at Old Trafford. He also told me not to upset the Manchester United fans when I said I'd probably ring a friend of mine who was a Manchester United fan later. As the corner comes in and it's cleared this time and Liverpool defend that well there.
Off the hook.
Media Radio Jingles and Games says Russ and Paul, Liverpool will win the match now. It's pretty surely that, Paul. I mean, Liverpool will probably win it now, you would have to say.
Yeah, I think it's done and dusted now. But I mean, having said that though, I watched the Everton and Bournemouth game yesterday and I thought that was all done up as well. So you never know, but I think given the way Liverpool are playing, I think it's unlikely Manchester United. I don't see any way back for them.
Yes, Manchester United attacking now. Ahmad is the penalty, right foot shot. Curling just over with the left-footed shot there and into the crowd behind that goal into the Stretford end there. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 3 with 10 minutes to go. Phil Rogers says Liverpool that they could potentially get a 4th, which they do. I was about to say Liverpool Rogers says Phil look like they could potentially get a 4th. And was called Phil Liverpool and called Liverpool Phil then for a moment, Paul.
One for the end of season bloopers video.
Yes, absolutely. So this is working. I just want to give a shout out to yourself, Paul, and a friend of mine, Ryan, who popped onto the transfer deadline day stream on Friday evening with myself from 7 o'clock right the way through till the end of the deadline day. Paul was on 7 till 9, then back on 10 till 11. Ryan came on for the last 20 minutes of the transfer window. So a big thank you to those two. If you want to check it out, you can go back onto our pages on any one of the YouTube channels and watch the show in full for the final 4 hours of the transfer window roundup for you, as myself and Paul, with the help of Ryan towards the end, brought you the end of the window in. Some deals weren't announced on our show because they were announced after we had come off air, but some great deals were announced on our show as well on the evening there. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 3. Very shortly, Paul, I'll be asking you for your player of the match. So if you've not done it yet, you must be getting your thinking cap on ready to give you final thoughts on who's going to get your player of the match. I'll ask you for that with around about 5 minutes to go in this game.
I'm stuck on 2 players actually.
Both, I guess one's from Man United, one's from Liverpool. Stowing is almost in, and on a claim as well there. Is it one from Liverpool and one from Man United, Paul?
No, they're both from Liverpool.
So Man United fans, none of your players have impressed Paul James this evening.
I'll tell you one that has. Toby Collier, when he's come on, he has really impressed me. He's really put in the effort. He's chased everything down. He doesn't look out of position at all. He's impressed me today.
Yes, as Liverpool make another change as Kostas Tsimikas is replacing Andy Robertson in the 83rd minute here at Old Trafford. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 3. And Toby Collier has been on for 45 minutes, Paul. Would you say that's enough to warrant a player of the match performance in your opinion?
No, because he hasn't significantly impacted the game, and that's how I usually pick my player of the match award. But I think he's done really, really well for his first Premier League game. He's really done well, and he's not been afraid of anything. He's not been afraid to make challenges. He's not been afraid to. He does not look out of position at all in such a big game. I think Manchester United. That guy has come through the youth team at Manchester United, and I think they might have a gem there.
Yes, as Gakpo just going into this ball from Darwin Núñez. Salah couldn't go for it as he was in an offside position. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 3, 83, comes was 84 minutes on the clock. And Arne Slot looking on there, Paul. You would think he's looking on with very much a beaming smile underneath, although he didn't look it there.
Yeah, I think he'll be very satisfied with Liverpool's work today. I think they've looked really, obviously, really threatening going forward, but defensively they've looked very sound as well. At the moment, I think Liverpool. It's very early on in the season, so very difficult to say. But if they continue playing like this, they can make a dent in the title challenge. So who knows? Let's wait and see.
Yes, we'll have to wait and see. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 3. Is Liverpool almost coming in there? He is Toby Collier. Before I mentioned Toby Collier, Paul has impressed him. He won that free kick there for Manchester United, fouled by Dominic Szoboszlai on the Manchester United youngster. And I must say, Paul, as well, he's done really, really well for me as well. As impressed me as well, Toby Collier. Not seen much of him, so I don't really watch much of the under 21 games for Manchester United, but he has impressed me quite a bit. Also on the bench as a youngster is Ethan Wheatley. He probably will
Well,
go
I
on
think he's
today
done better
with
than
the score.
Casemiro, hasn't he?
He has it, but Paul, then again, that wasn't hard after his first half performance.
No, it
Or
wasn't.
as an hero.
Yeah.
All he had to do was come on and put some challenges in and pass the ball to a red shirt. And he done better than Casemiro, because most of Casemiro's balls forward were to a white shirt instead of red.
Yeah, here comes another substitution.
Yes, and it's Christian Eriksen coming on from Manchester United, and he's the man Joshua Zirkzee who makes way for Manchester United in the 86th minute. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 3. Pat on the back from Ruud van Nistelrooy, the Manchester United assistant manager there, to Joshua Zirkzee after his performance today. He's not really done much in front of goal. There's a shot there from Fernandes, his eye wide, and also handsome. And I'm just seeing me, Paul, fly past the room that we're sat in together, watching this game. Has gone flying past the window.
Yeah. Probably find it in your backyard when you get back to Yorkshire.
Yes, probably, Paul. You're probably not wrong there. Or you'll probably find it in Calgary when you get back to Canada after this game today.
Yeah, it'll be sitting in my apartment balcony. That's fine. It's a nice souvenir.
Manchester United 0, Liverpool 3. It's Gravenberch and Tsimikas. What's that? Tsimikas just plays the ball down the line out to play for a throw to Liverpool. Gakpo will leave the throw to be taken by Tsimikas as we almost get ready to ask Paul, the player of the match, in a moment or two. And I'll come to that comment from Phil in a moment. Well, after the game, Paul, to get your thoughts on what he said there. We'll be interested to see if anyone's going to be who's going to get the player of the match in a moment. For me, we'll say, Paul, I think it's a good choice that you've gone with, but I'm not going to reveal who it is. But for me, somebody else would have probably got it, in my opinion, which I'll explain in a few moments once we get you to give your player of the match here this afternoon. And here comes Liverpool again. Can Liverpool come forward with possession? He's got the ball out wide. Conor Bradley from Darwin Núñez's pass. Bradley coming forward. Here's Mohamed Salah. Salah curls a cross in. Gap goes round the back there. Behind for a goal kick to Liverpool. To mention that, should I say, after Salah's ball and looking for Gapper at the back post. But good goalkeeping, good defending to stop him from getting a clean contact on that and turn it in. And the back post there from Gapper. I'm all waiting for the goal kick to be taken, which has been taken now, Paul. We'll wait for the next opportune play. And I'll get your player of the match as here comes Marcus Rashford down the line from Manchester United on this left-hand side. What can Rashford do here? Goes to infield. Good cross towards the far right-hand side, and here's Ahmad Diallo. He's had a penalty area now up against the Cats. And Gakpo's there too. Mazuri crossed in, headed away by Bradley. Collier just chested down. Bradley launches it up into the end. But Salah watches the ball as it comes down with Snownet. But here comes Szoboszlai. Dominic Szoboszlai coming forward. He's got Salah out wide of him. Szoboszlai goes towards Gakpo. It's out the penalty as he goes to the free kick. Darwin Núñez curls it wide. The advantage was happened there. And Darwin Núñez fires it just wide. And Paul James, talk us through this chance, please.
Well, it was. I thought Szoboszlai was going to pass it to the overlapping Mohamed Salah. He didn't. He pulled it back, and that fooled the Manchester United defence for just enough time. And that looked like a foul there on the edge of the box. And in the end, it was. I just wonder whether that might be on the line, and if it is, that's a penalty. But just going back to the chance, Darwin Núñez's effort just curled it into the corner, away from the post, just the wrong side as far as Liverpool are concerned. Good chance from Núñez there.
Yes, Manchester United 0, Liverpool 3. And Paul James, while the football is out of play, the TV have given their player of the match, announced their player of the match there. Would you like to announce our player of the match, please?
Well, I had it between two names, Mohamed Salah and Luis Diaz. I decided to go with Mohamed Salah simply because his effect in the game. He'd ripped that Manchester United defence apart bit by bit. He was involved in two of the three goals, and he's been a threat all afternoon. For that reason, I'm giving him player of the match. I was very close to giving it to Luis Diaz, and I suspect that's who you were going to give it to, Ross, but I have chosen to give it to Mohamed Salah. Is commentary services sponsored. Player of the match goes to number 11 for Liverpool, Mohamed Salah.
Yes, and Paul, Luis Diaz would have been my player of the match as we entered 5 minutes of stoppage at the end of this second half. And the reason behind that for me, Paul, 2 goals today, brilliant performance, and normally the one who gets the most goals in a victory or a brace or sometimes an hat-trick, which he could have had today, Luis Diaz. That's why he's got my player of the match. Is he? Would have been my player of the match. But here's the ball down the line looking for Ahmed from Ericsson. Pulls back McAllister. And Ahmed's got away from McAllister with Darwin Núñez back there to help out. Like this McAllister, and a corner kick to Manchester United is coming up. One of those 5 minutes which was ever this game has been played. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 3. Christian Eriksen to take the corner then. What can Manchester United profit from it? Can they get a consolation goal? Where's the back across? Headed away by Van Dijk. Maguire again. Chest down. Chipped it in towards the back post. And just underneath the crossbar is claimed there well by Alisson. And Manchester United's chance comes to an end, and Liverpool can just take a little bit of time to their Brazilian goalkeeper, and he will look to send this ball long as he puts the ball down on the floor, finds Virgil van Dijk. Back it goes to Alisson, back to Van Dijk again, and Liverpool just toying with Manchester United here, and Manchester United are getting outplayed and outclassed and outfought in this game this afternoon. And Manchester United, despite taking off Casemiro at half time, which would have probably been a cricket score had he stayed on with the amount of passes he was giving away and chances he was giving away, then Manchester United have been like the other. It's not turned into a cricket score, Paul.
Yeah, I mean, I think Manchester United, since the substitutes made by Eric Ten Hag, has stabilised things a little bit. But Liverpool have just been toying with Manchester United all the way through this second half. They very well could have had 5 or 6 today, if we're being honest. If we include the disallowed goal, the chances for Szoboszlai, the chance for Nunes to get a hat trick, they very well could have had 6 today. For Manchester United, they've got to go away, got to go back to the drawing board. A lot of people are wondering about Ten Hag's future. How long has he got? So I've heard people on Twitter suggest that he could be gone by Christmas. I really don't know about that. I don't want to comment on that because I don't like to see managers get the sack. But he's had this team now for a while. He's in his second season now. So I mean, this kind of defeat is damaging to Manchester United against one of their nearest and most fierce rivals.
Yes, Manchester United still trailing by 3 goals to nil, and we are into the final towards the final 90 seconds of this game. Me and Paul are doing well, thank you. Media, radio, jingles, and gaming. We're glad you're doing well. And he's also said Liverpool have thrashed Manchester United here. Phil Rogers says good chance there from Liverpool. We put a comment in a few moments ago as well, which I'll read out at the end of the game, Paul, to get your thoughts on that, to give a thought on what you think it could be, because it's about who could potentially win the title. He's mentioned Man City and Arsenal. He's saying no ruling out Liverpool here as well. We'll have to wait to see. I'll read you full out in a moment for our listeners as well and get your thoughts on that comment from Phil there, as Liverpool want to try and make it goal number 4 of the game against Manchester United. Fantastic challenge there from Harry Maguire as Manchester United is moving towards the final 40 seconds to go in this game. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 3, thanks to goals in the game from Luis Diaz twice and Mohamed Salah as well. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 3. Fernandes into the path of Mazzouri. On the wide is Ahmad. What can Ahmad do in towards the penalty area? Mazzouri again. Can he get a striker goal? He can't. Van Dijk clears it away. Fernandes picks up the ball for Manchester United and comes forward. Menu. Fernandes again. Can he get across? And he can. Bradley just helps it away. Here's the Darwin Nunes, and there is the full-time whistle goes as the ball was cleared away by Szoboszlai, and Manchester United fall to defeat again against Liverpool. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 3. A brace in the first half from Luis Diaz, and 1 goal in the second half from Mohamed Salah as Liverpool, or Mo Salah, as Liverpool run out comfortable winners. In the end, it's finished at Old Trafford. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 3. As we see pictured there, Mo Salah shaking hands with Cody Gakpo as Liverpool wrap up victory against Manchester United, and Eric Ten Hag's men fall to defeat again against Liverpool. Lost to Jurgen Klopp last season. This season they've lost to Arne Slot. Manchester United lose to Liverpool again. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 3. And Paul James, your overall thoughts on the game?
Well, it was a very one-sided performance by Liverpool after what looked like a decent start by Manchester United. But since when the first goal was disallowed, that really brought Liverpool back into the game, and they started taking control of things, and they just dominated Manchester United from thereafter. It wasn't even a competition. It was just they were toying with Manchester United, and the football they've been playing is brilliant. The breakouts, the getting forward in numbers, and not just that. Defensively, Liverpool are solid. Defensively and goalkeeping is sound. And in my opinion, this is just my opinion for what it's worth. Take it for nothing if you want. But look, for me, for a team to win the championship, you have to have good defending and you have to have a solid goalie. You have to have a goalie that can steal you a game or two. And I think Liverpool have got that in Alisson Becker. They've got a very sound defence. And when they break forward in numbers, and they're not caught out very easily. How difficult for Manchester United was it today for Rashford and Garnacho to try to create anything for Manchester United.
It was very, very difficult, Paul, indeed. And just a quick one here. I just want to read this comment out here before we go through some of the full time scores. We've got some comments in here this evening. Phil put a comment in earlier, which is what I want to ask you about here, Paul. And this one, it says here, everyone is saying that Manchester United, Manchester City, or Arsenal could win the league. But looking at the performance today and the last two games, Liverpool could potentially win the title at the end. But saying that, Manchester City have also won their three games, but Liverpool haven't conceded a goal yet. What do you make to that about Liverpool could potentially win the title at the end? Also, Man City and Arsenal thrown into the mix there from Phil.
Well, it's very early to say, but I think the way Liverpool are playing, they're looking like a championship team. They're really looking very strong, but it's a long old season. And Manchester City, well, they're like a machine. I just don't see where they lose games. That's the problem. And what might come about is what happens with Manchester City. And at some point this season, they're going to face these charges, these 115 breaches may result in points being deducted from Manchester City, although somehow I doubt it. But it could result in them receiving points deductions. That could be where it comes in. But at the moment, looking at this, Liverpool are looking like a team that could, that at the very least can compete for the championship.
Yes, absolutely, Paul. Absolutely, my friend. We'll read you some more comments out in just a second as Liverpool make it 100% win rate under new boss Arne Slot. Media Radio Jingles and Gaming has also gone to say, watching this game and listening to your commentary, it does look like Ten Hag will get the sack eventually by Jim Radcliffe. Looking back, we may have to try to sack him on the eve of the FA Cup final, but it does look like Ten Hag's time at United is slowly departing. Everyone says another swift win for Slot. Do you look at that, Paul, and that performance, and that with the coming from Media Radio Jingles and Gaming says, and think that it could be as Ten Hag's time at Manchester United coming to a slow but potentially swift departure with Man United in 14th and only 2 points above the drop zone.
Well, they're definitely. I think they might. I think it would be very hasty to do it now, but I certainly think if results don't pick up for Manchester United in the next few weeks, and I think they won't have any choice but to do it. It's one of them, isn't it, where you just you don't. You don't take any chances as time goes on. We all know that Manchester United at any time could get rid of him. But is that the answer? Is that the answer? Who do you bring in? Is it the attitude of the players? You've got to look at that. They've had a massive injury crisis last season as Manchester United. They finished in 8th place. I believe it was their lowest ever Premier League finish. But look, they had a massive injury crisis, bigger than any other that they had at Old Trafford. So let's be honest, there's that to consider as well. I think you're on mute, Russ.
Just going to read out a quote here from Manchester United reporter George Smith of the Manchester Evening News, who says 2 goals from Luis Diaz and 1 from Mohamed Salah seal a comfortable victory as Liverpool will seal all season. United woeful, offered nothing. Another inquest begins. And Paul, if another inquest does begin, where do you think he'll start looking for? Where do you think he'll start looking? Will it be on Eric Ten Hag or will it be on the players for you?
Well, the trouble is, it's never on the players, is it? They never put it on the players. If you're going to get a new manager into that squad, then you've got to get rid of some of these players that are not performing and that are not putting in the effort. Those are some of the players. They need to get rid of those as well. It's no good just bringing in a new manager and leaving the same group of players, as we've seen managers come into Manchester United in recent years. And it's just been the same thing over and over and over again. It's it's like trying the same thing over and over and expecting a different result.
Absolutely, Paul. Absolutely. There were some talking points in the Premier League yesterday. None other than the red card to Declan Rice. We'll bring you back in a minute, Paul, to give you let you have your say on that incident. Again, and I'll read you some quotes out from former referee, Premier League referee Mark Alsey, who has spoken about it in his column for one of the local newspapers, on one of the national papers. Let me bring you the scores from around the world and England right now. We'll finish off before we finish today with a full comprehensive roundup of the Premier League results. Let's start off in the Championship then. Sheffield United 1, Watford 0. In the FA Cup today was Grey Yarmouth 1, Cheshunt 2. That's in the qualification round. In the French Ligue 1, we finished Monaco 1, Lens 1, Angers 1, Nice 4, Le Havre 3, Auxerre 1, Reims 2, Rennes 1. Lille against PSG is a 4:08 kickoff. In the German Bundesliga, Heidenheim 4, Augsburg 0. 76 minutes gone here, Paul, and you'll be. I know you follow Bayern Munich as well, so you'll be interested to hear this scoreline. It's going to Bayern Munich 1, SC Freiburg 0. Goal scoring in that one, Paul. Do you have a guess?
Harry Kane.
Yes, Harry Kane from the penalty spot on 38 minutes into the final 15 minutes of that game there. In the Italian Serie A, Fiorentina 0, Monza 2 on 34 minutes, and also Genoa 0, Verona 0. This evening it sees Juventus take on AS Roma and Udinese take on Como this evening. In the Dutch Eredivisie, finish Utrecht 2, FC 21, Pek Zwolle 3, Hercules 0, and PSV Eindhoven 3, Go Ahead Eagles 0. In Scotland, in the Scottish Premiership, in a game which I covered for friend of the channels, another friend of the channel, Barry Swain, who works on Football Live. I worked over there earlier today on this game in the Scottish Premiership. The Old Firm Derby finished Celtic 3, Rangers 0 at Celtic Park. Rangers were poor in that game, and Celtic, if Celtic play like that for the rest of the season and Rangers play like that, it's going to be a comfortable title for Celtic this season. Hearts 0, Dundee United 1, and Kilmarnock 1, Hibernian 1. A results there as well. Inter La Liga, Alaves 2, Las Palmas 0, Osasuna 3, Celta Vigo 2, Sevilla 0, Girona 0 after 5 minutes. At 6:15 sees Getafe take on Real Sociedad, and at opposite sees Real Madrid take on Real Betis in La Liga. In the MLS, 14 games in the MLS. Charlotte 0, Atlanta United 1, FC Cincinnati 4, CF Montreal 1, Columbus Crew 4, New York City 2, New York Red Bulls 0, Philadelphia Union 2, Orlando City 3, Nashville 0, Toronto 1, DC United 3, Austin 0, Vancouver Whitecaps 1, Chicago Fire 1, Inter Miami 4, FC Dallas 2, Colorado Rapids 3, Real Salt Lake 2, New England Revolution 0, Los Angeles LAFC should I say 0, Houston Dynamo 2, Portland Timbers 1, Seattle Sounders 0, San Jose Earthquakes 1, Minnesota United 2, and at 7:45 UK time is St. Louis City against LA Galaxy in the MLS this evening. So just before we wrap up the programme on this Sunday early evening, should I say. I'm wishing the week away already, which you don't want to do that. Former Premier League referee Mark Alsey spoke about the red card given to Declan Rice yesterday in the game between Arsenal and Brighton. Arsenal and Brighton shared the points in that game in a 1-1 draw after João Pedro equalised in the second half. Now Kai Havertz is opener in that game. Bukayo Saka got our player of the match here on the commentary, with the game being done by Paul James in the end there. Manchester United in that game there. Brilliant. The commentary back earlier on today. Brilliant commentary there from Paul James yesterday. And brilliant hosting from Nicholas Jones as well in that game. Going on to the red card incident, Declan Rice already been booked in the first half, and he got a second yellow card for delaying the restart, having to knock the ball away. However, Mark Alsey has spoken to, has done a column for one of the national papers, and this is what he's had to say on the red card issued to Declan Rice. We'll get your thoughts in a second, Paul, but he says the ball was rolling when Brighton's Joel Veltman took the free kick, so the restart would not have taken place and would have been wrong in the law. Therefore, delaying a restart does not apply. Kavanagh went looking for trouble and he found it. A ref of his calibre at this level should not be sending players off for this. He should have managed the situation better by speaking to both players. Rice should have received a final warning. Paul, you watched that game for us yesterday on the commentary hub and did a sterling commentary, by the way. Fantastic work yesterday, by the way, my friend.
Thank you.
Can I just get your thoughts on that incident there, as you've just heard what Mark Alsey said there, and he was quoting some of the rules of the law of the game in there as well, Paul.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to argue with a qualified referee. I'm not a qualified referee. So what I will say is my initial reaction was I thought it was justified because of the fact that he did kick the ball away. My understanding was if you kick the ball away, you get a yellow card. If I'm incorrect on that, then I stand to be corrected because then I'm wrong. But that was my understanding of it. But if that's not correct, then it wasn't a red card in my opinion. I think it's one of those really silly things, isn't it? I don't know if interpretation comes into this. That's the problem. Obviously, VAR couldn't have gotten involved because it was a second yellow. It wasn't a straight red. So I think in this particular case, I'm gonna go with what the qualified referee says, and my initial reaction was I thought it was justified. Maybe I've got a bit more insight into this than perhaps I didn't have before. So yeah, it probably wasn't a red card.
Yes, and just touching on that incident as well, where Rice picked up his second yellow card. He spoke to the media after the game yesterday. That did Bukayo Saka after the match yesterday, and he turned around and said, which I thought was very, very good. I think he was correct in what he was saying, Paul, and you may be able to enlighten me on this as well. He said in the first half, and I remember it from having watched the game before I set off to come and do this game this afternoon with you, that Yao Pedro kicked the ball away, ball going out for a throw in, and kicked the ball down the line, away from where the throw-in should have been taken, and so also coming out with a quick throw-in, and Yao Pedro didn't pick up a yellow card, so and then Rice, as he's walking away, ball it's the side of his foot as he was still moving, as the Mark Alsey claim says, which I thought he was myself as well, and Pedro didn't get a yellow card. Rice did get a yellow card. Where's the consistency? And that's what Saka's saying. There should be some consistency. If Pedro didn't get booked for kicking the ball away in the first half, then why was Rice booked in the second half for kicking the ball away? I know he's following the letter of the law by saying if he kicks the ball away, it's a yellow card. But if that was the case, why wasn't Yao Pedro booked in the first half in that game?
You might well ask, because this is where the referees invite trouble for themselves. They turn around and book one player for one thing, but do not apply the consistency. And when you're doing something like this, which has resulted in the sending off of a player, then you're asking for trouble as the official at that point, aren't you?
Yes, and also I was watching the game. They couldn't at the time. Couldn't see there was some people were thinking at the time yesterday on the feed I was watching it on earlier on today, they was thinking at the time that it should have that it wasn't a they picked up a second he picked up the second yellow for a potential foul. Then there was also people saying, Paul, why wasn't your Velman sent off for the kick out at Declan Rice?
Yeah, again, these are questions that need to be asked. I know initially when I first saw the first Declan Rice challenge, my initial reaction was that it could be more than a yellow. But then when I looked at it at a couple of different angles, it didn't look half as bad. So sometimes you've got to look at things from a number of different angles. And unfortunately, the referee on the field doesn't get those different angles immediately, and that's why we have VAR. But it's you're asking me to explain refereeing decisions that I just simply can't explain. Sometimes the logic makes no sense to me. And the way football in most areas is very grey. It's not black and white. It's not like cricket or other sports that are black and white. It's down to interpretation in a lot of cases, and everybody has a different interpretation, and including referees on their applicability of the law. So I think you also have to take that into consideration. They're just things that I can't speculate on, Russ, to be honest, because I'm not a referee. I don't understand some of these rules myself, and I've been watching the game for, oh God, it's got to be close to 39 years now. And there are still parts of football that have been changed so radically that are very difficult to place anything black and white on.
Yes, absolutely, Paul. Let me just round up then the coverage then with the Premier League scores from the weekend, starting off then with Saturday the 31st of August 2024. Arsenal 1, Brighton of Albion 1. Ipswich Town 1, Fulham 1. Brentford 3, Southampton 1. Everton 2, Bournemouth 3. Leicester City 1, Aston Villa 2. Nottingham Forest 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. West Ham United 1, Manchester City 3. Sunday 1st of September. Newcastle United 2, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Chelsea 1, Crystal Palace 1. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 3 is the result there. And after 3 games of the Premier League, Man City sit top 3 out of 3. Liverpool second, 3 out of 3. Brighton and Arsenal and Newcastle in third, fourth and fifth respectively on 7 points each. Then comes Brentford and Aston Villa on 6 points each. They're in sixth and seventh respectively. In eighth is Bournemouth on 5 points. Ninth is Nottingham Forest on 9 points. 10th is Spurs on 4 points. Chelsea in 11th on 4 points. Fulham in 12th on 4 points. In 13th on 3 points is West Ham United. Manchester United sit in 14th on 3 points. 15th sit Leicester on 1 point. Crystal Palace are in 16th on 1 point. Ipswich are in 17th on 1 point. Wolves in the bottom 3 on 1 point. Southampton in 19th on 0 points. And Everton rock bottom on 0 points. And just quickly before we do wrap up then, Paul, now I've gone through those scores, I just want to touch upon Everton, who are 2-0 up in 8 after just 86 minutes. And then 87th minute it was 2-1. 90 plus 2 was 2-2. 90 plus 6 it was 3-2 to Bournemouth. I know you said off air, or I think it might have been on air, that you saw a bit of that game yesterday. What a turnaround and what a comeback from Bournemouth, Paul, in that game.
Well, you've got to take your hat off to Bournemouth and give them all the credit in the world for coming back. 3 goals in 10 minutes, but you've got to look at Everton and the defense. The goals that were given away. I don't know if you've seen the goals or not, Russ, but it was atrocious defending. Absolutely abysmal. God knows how Everton lost that game.
Yes, absolutely, Paul. And I've not actually seen the goals yet. I will be checking them out later on this evening, but very interesting there, Paul. Thank you very much for your insights on the game today and also your thoughts on the Arsenal incident at the end. I think you covered that game for us yesterday in a brief thoughts there on Everton against Bournemouth. So in our game today, then Manchester United went down 3-0 to a 3-0 defeat thanks to a brace from Luis Diaz and a goal from Amit Salah as Manchester United recorded their second defeat of the season. Back-to-back defeats for them, but straightforward. 3 out of 3 for Arne Slot, and he is starting his Liverpool tenure in the right way. Thank you very much to those who have listened to the coverage today. Media Radio Jingle says, brilliant coverage, guys. See you next time. See you next time as well, my friend. Thank you to Phil Rogers as well. Thank you very much for getting in touch as well as always. Thank you very much. And thank you to you guys out there who have just listened to the coverage this afternoon today. We really do appreciate that. If you're also running over on Twitch tonight, let me just tell you later, over on Twitch, if you go to twitch.tv/DJ LAZYB, letter B, so that's DJ LAZYB, twitch.tv/DJ LAZYB. From 10 o'clock this evening, DJ Lazy B and the Chill Out Zone will be on between 10 and 1 a.m. Lush love songs to guide you through and relax and wind down ahead of going back to work or school or college after the summer break or after a weekend off. But for myself, Russ Vernon, and from Paul, thank you very much for listening to us here tonight, this afternoon, all mornings when you are in the world, 10 p.m. UK time, DJ Laserby on twitch.tv/DJ LAZYB to listen to the show over there. Thank you very much for listening, everybody, and we'll see you again soon. Take care. Goodbye for now.